What a shitty game we just watched between two Super Bowl contenders. We're getting all that. Special guest tonight. Hopefully a new man in the rotation. Bench player, 6-man. We'll see how good he is. Mike Hastings, longtime friend. How long has it been since we actually seen each other in person? Like fucking 15 years?
Rob, it's been a long time, but it feels like we're back into it just right now, man.
Yeah, it's like two old lovers, you just get right back into the swing. And we may have been. Who knows, man?
Anyways, know what makes them tick, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of good basketball games together. So we have been in close proximity, body-wise. Anyways, welcome Mike to the show. Sweaty male bodies. Welcome Mike to the show, everyone. We got a lot of the usual suspects in here. Blake, sorry about that loss for your Packers. J-Bob, congratulations on that sluggish game, you'd call it. But hey, that's what the Eagles do, right? They outlast you. They're physical. Not pretty. It was not pretty. Who do you think? Let me ask you this, Hastings. You think the Eagles won this game or the Packers lost this game?
The Packers lost this game. They are an enigma coming off a loss from Carolina at home. Like, what is going on there? They show glimpses of brilliance with just like they can just throw it down. But my real analysis is that they might have been being carried by Tucker Kraft, man. That guy is a game breaker. He looked like Gronk's second coming, and without him, there was no dynamic breaker of anything. So,
trust me, I know. I had 11 shares of Tucker Kraft in my leagues. My wife had 5. I had 16 out of 35 redraft Tucker Kraft shares, not to mention best ball. And here's the craziest thing about Tucker Kraft. We all know his fantasy output, but he was actually a better real-life player than fantasy. He's like Kittle, right? Like, they're elite fantasy options, but what they do, playing all those snaps, the blocking, just having to you can't cover him up with a linebacker. You have to shadow, essentially not double coverage, but do a soft double on a tight end. And there's not many guys in the league who can do that. And then Tucker Kraft's lost. Not to mention, like Matthew Golden's kind of a bum, but he at least stretches the field. He's out. Wicks was banged up. You had Romeo Doubs leave this game. Like they have so many receivers, and they're all interchangeable. Now they have no receivers. So I guess get well Jaden Reed. That's going to be a big thing. They need Jaden Reed back now.
Yeah,
right now.
And I heard people saying, "Oh, Musgrave is good, and like he can come in and produce just as much, or 75%." I don't think so. He's not that type of player.
No, I grabbed him in maybe 5 or 6 spots because I just didn't back up Tucker Kraft because he had the week 5 bye already, and he'll be fine. He's in the streaming conversation, right? And he probably would have caught that ball if it wasn't for the pass interference. But he just, he's not bringing the same in real life that Tucker Kraft does. And maybe next week I like him more just because there's no one to catch the ball. But he's just not the same player. He was drafted higher. He was a second-round pick in the real NFL draft. Tucker Kraft was just a gem, bro, like a gem. What a find. Get well soon. I love you. I miss you. I did a whole eulogy for him. I sang Bette Midler. You are the wind beneath my wings. I love Tucker Kraft. So we got some Eagles fans in here. J-Bob, again, congratulations to you. And, you think the Eagles are the best team in the NFC? Did this change your opinion at all of the Eagles?
No, I actually think they're kind of shitty. Sirianni right there at the end did.
What was that?
He did 2 pass plays when he could have ran it twice.
Well, why not just punt the ball? Punt the ball. Like, what is that?
Yeah, there's his decision making, and again, I don't think the chemistry is there. They've got hangover galore, and like, dude, AJ Brown, like, what's going on with him, dude? He had like minimal production. The guy is supposed to be like a top 5 receiver. He's in that conversation, and they don't use him, and I kind of know why. Jalen Hurts can barely pass. Like, his vision's weak.
J-Bob is not going to like this. I can't wait to hear what he says about this. But hey, we're on here to give our honest opinions, and that's what we do here. Have you seen the movie Weapons, the new movie that came out?
No, I haven't. Enlighten me.
Oh, check that out. Just check it out. I was going to make a reference to the parents in that movie. It's not a spoiler, but like, essentially they're zombies. So like, that's what AJ Brown looks like out there. He looks like a fucking zombie. He's blocking a little bit, but AJ Brown is not playing with an edge right now, and I don't know what it's going to take to light a fire under him. I don't. $20 million isn't enough. Winning a Super Bowl isn't enough for you, AJ. Like, the Eagles are a team that they sacrifice. Jalen Hurts. This is what I love about Jalen Hurts. Is he, in terms of winning quarterbacks, not even the numbers The dude says it in his interviews. He doesn't give a fuck about his numbers.
Yeah.
He wants to win. He would rather have 20 yards passing and a W than 350 and 4 touchdowns and an L. And I actually believe him. A lot of players say this shit. Hastings, that they say it, but they don't fucking believe it because especially receivers. But this dude doesn't care. He just wants to win. That goes back to college days. He was happy when they won the national title. That he's a class act, and that's what I'm saying. He's a class act.
He's coach's son. He's grown up. He understands. He's there for the dub.
Big Ray in the house. Meat Sweats himself. Big Ray. Hastings. Big Ray. What's up,
Big Ray? How's it going,
brother?
There he is. What's up, man? Sorry we started without you. Had a lot of people in the chat, so.
No. I think I gotta figure out. Hold on 1 second. I can't hear you through my thing. I can hear. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah. That's why you get on early.
Yeah.
That's why you get on early. Yeah. All right, we'll get to some questions here while you load up your shit. People don't respect defenses. Okay, I was on the Discord kind of comparing this game to what we saw Thursday night. Now, obviously, two better teams, but it wasn't that much more from a watcher that's not a fan of the Eagles or the Packers. And let's say you didn't have any fantasy. Hopefully, you didn't have fantasy players in this game because there was not any goodness besides Josh Jacobs, maybe, and Devonta Smith. But
Devontae.
How much better was this game than the game we saw with Bo Nix and fucking Geno Smith? Like, was it any better? Was it good defense or was it bad offense? I'll ask you that. Good defense or bad offense?
I think it's going to be a combo of both, realistically. Like, there were times when I'm like, just, hey, another 6 3-and-outs. Like, and I'm not seeing, I'm seeing good individual plays, but I'm not seeing the whole package where they're scheming right, making the right coaching calls, like even at the end of the game. Like, Sirianni had a chance to run it twice, burn the clock, but he gave Jordan Love a full field. Again, that could have backfired on him, but it didn't. So, I do respect the good defensive games, and I agree that just from like a average fan watching of none of the, not their teams, like that was a boring ass game.
I don't mind the two passes. I mind just punt. At that point, just punt, and they have no timeouts. Make them go in that weather. You can't kick a 60-yarder. We saw that. Make them go, 60 yards, not 30 yards. And that's just a crazy, whatever. It didn't matter. That's what I hate when coaches get bailed out by their dumb calls.
Right, yeah.
And then they don't learn. They don't learn from it. And that is what it is. Jason in here, he's a big Bucks fan. Thank you, Jason. Hell yeah, Mike. Fuck the birds and the tampon push. See, I'm not going that far because I actually I respect winning teams and winning franchises. And as a Bears fan, we're a far cry from that. We're getting better. But how about that false start that the Eagles had on the first one? That might have been the worst one I've ever seen. And everyone false started.
Yeah, no, that was an S show. And yeah, dude, I love the name the tampon push. I haven't heard that. I'm gonna call it that. That's what it is, dude. They need to ban
That's what
that.
we've been calling it, yeah. Well, the thing is, the Packers did the push and they called the false start on them. And that was a false start, but that wasn't half as bad as the Eagles one. And the problem is the play it's so hard to officiate, Hastings, this play. And it's like trying to officiate Shaq in the prime of his career. Like, how do you know what a foul is? And like, if they're not going to call that, like, essentially there's a fall. And when everyone does it, there's a false start on every play. And it's such a bang play. And you really notice it when they see the replay. But like in real time, a lot of times it looks fine. Like even when they do it, it looks fine. That one did not look fine. That one was okay.
One of the
something
worst.
Happened there. Yeah, it happens. But, next year it'll be gone and they'll still be fine because, Josh Allen does it without the tush push and it's not as effective, but it's still a 70% success rate play. But the thing is with what it was last year, at least it was 92%. It was unreal.
Insane a percent. But the thing is, give it a little credit where it's due. Like you can't do the tush push with every single quarterback. Like the third, like Geno Smith had a quarterback sneak, like, that just was pushed down, dude. You can't be, kind of a frail QB and think you're just going to punch through the D tackle. Like, give some of these quarterbacks credit, though. Like Hurts squatting, 1,000 pounds. Allen's a beast. Like, there is something to it. And I think that adds such a good dimension to a quarterback when it's like, that they can punch it through. Like, Herbert had a great QB sneak. Like,
you can do it. Yeah, Josh Allen's the only one that can almost match. It's not just that that some quarterbacks can't. It's that some teams aren't willing to risk it. Like Patrick Mahomes can. The last time we saw him do it was like 7 years ago, and he fucking busted his leg up. And like it's not worth it for them unless it's like a Super Bowl game. Big Ray, you good? We good?
I mean, it was working before. I'm hearing you through my phone, just not through my headset, which is weird, but whatever. I can hear you. We're
anyway,
fine.
Big Ray, Mike Hastings, Big Ray. He's going to be a new kind of bench player here.
6-man rotation, longtime listener, friend of Rob's from a while back. So glad to be
You don't say. I'm sorry.
I don't think you guys would know each other because you were 2004 Hastings, 2005 graduating class.
Man. Yeah, 05.
So you're older than me, and then Ray's 3 years younger than me. So you guys wouldn't have been in school together. Anyways, we're all from the same area, and we're all football fans. And the community, I don't give a shit what color you are, how old you are. That's what this channel's about. We don't give a shit. If you're transitioning, you know, I'm not into that, but like, I don't care. We don't care. We're about peace and love, baby. Especially you, Ray. I have any meat. Ray, do you have any meat tonight? Steak?
No, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. It'll just come out.
Oh yeah, the bathroom. J Bob, co-partner, go Birds, go Birds. You know, I'm gonna give them some credit where I do. Hey, they won, baby, they won, and I'm gonna play this just for you, J Bob. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Here you go.
Go Birds, though.
Oh, go Birds.
All right, fine. Go Birds.
I know go Birds. Get your hand off my knee.
Go Birds.
And why I do that, I'm gonna play this.
I want to talk to Samson. Fly me to the moon like that bitch Alice Cram.
Sorry, Ray, what were you saying?
That I think this definitely exposed the Eagles, say the least.
I exposed both teams, and like
Correct.
I was just thinking in my head, and I was not really buying into the Seahawks too much until these last 2 weeks, and then this week they're doing it every time, and it's 28-0 in the first quarter. Like neither of these teams we saw tonight are capable of scoring 28 points in a half. And I get the competition's not great, but the Cardinals are just coming off a win against a high-powered offense there in Dallas. And I know the Cardinals aren't a great team, but they're also not the Titans. And just their defense and their offense and Sam Darnold just slinging the ball all over the place. I don't know. Again, the playoffs is a different animal, right? Like I would probably bet on the Eagles over the Seahawks in the playoffs as currently constructed because I'm not going to buy into Sam Darnold quite yet. Who do you guys got right now? If you had to bet your money, let's say they were both 8-1 to win the Super Bowl. You taking the Seahawks, taking the Eagles?
I'll go first. I'm taking the Seahawks, man. Jackson Smith and Jigba is ridiculous. He is the truth. Like he is coming out there. And then again, Darnold he's making a case if Jonathan Taylor just wasn't having an absurd season, Darnold's making a case to be MVP. Like he's up there for me. The defense, I don't know much about them, but again, that offense is high-powered, and putting that up first quarter against, first half or whatever against the Cards that's hard to do.
What do you got, Ray?
So I'm going with him. I'm going with the new flavor, man, because it just seems like that. I don't know, man. It's just something about the Eagles that right now they're not like. Here's the thing: they're battle tested. So when it comes to the playoff time, we'll see. Because right now, like as we know, the new kid on the block is the Seahawks. They have to have, if not the best defense in the league right now, a top 3 for sure, top 5, and that offense is humming right now. And when you have a complete like mega difference maker on your offense, like JSN, like Mike was saying, that goes such a long way. And now that they added in Shaheen and with cutback, there's just a lot of things going on well for that team. And plus Tiny Dancer, Zach Charbonnet, I like that combo going right now. But more importantly, honestly, I think it's coming down to the defense, the head coaching, and the quarterback. And I think with all the complementary pieces they have, I think that they're looking really good right now, but we will see when the time comes because they are not battle tested. The Eagles are. That's a big thing in the NFL, in any sport, in the playoffs, especially NFL.
I gotta highlight this from Ryan. Ryan's the comic. There's a lot of comics in the Discord, but Ryan says the fact Hastings is sitting in his library office tells me 2 things. 1, he has a huge lap hog. 2, he's made way better financial decisions than I have in my life. Well, you know what? Maybe he's financially stable because of the lap hog. You ever thought of that? Are both those things true, Hastings?
I would say one, absolutely not. I'm sitting here at like 2 inches, man. Maybe one hard. So no.
Absolutely. Always looking for Jack Doyle.
And
You're not Carmen. Give yourself some credit.
No, man. No, my wife doesn't work, man. I bring in the cheddar here.
Yeah, and you have a library. By the way, do you know what we call Kenneth Walker on this channel, Hastings? I don't know if you've been watching recently. I know you're watching from way back.
What?
He's called the Tiny Dancer. And you know why we call him the Tiny Dancer?
No.
You've watched Kenneth Walker run. The motherfucker's dancing all over the place.
He
Hit
goes
the hole.
east to west, man. That's how you really win
yeah.
in today's NFL, man. East to west.
Oh, God, me and Story had just an epic conversation about the OJ. It was like at the end of a 3-hour stream. We talked about the OJ. I was talking about how JCM, if he was saying any undrafted player could have killed Ron Goldman. Just because, NFL players are built there. I was like, JCM could, and that guy's a pipsqueak. And then we were talking about Kenneth Walker. If he was a getaway driver, that you would always get caught because he would just be going like backwards and like he'd drive into a cul-de-sac. Like he doesn't take the highway. He's just like, I'm going to take this U-turn here. And it's Kenneth Walker. He might get a big run though, but yeah, Kenneth Walker.
Hey Rob, can you read Ryan's last comment there, please? That's why I laughed. It was pretty damn funny. He said you're doing well if you have
painting a random pirate ship on your wall. I gotta get one of those. I have a picture of Chris Farley, the van down by the river right here. It was framed in glass and then it fell. So I just
and a fan down by the river.
I have no frames in my jerseys. This is super white trash, guys, and I own it. Max with a $5 donation. Thank you, dude. Calling the Eagle Hunter from Peacemaker. Anyone know who I can talk to get a hold of him? Who is that? Eagle Hunter from Peacemaker?
I'm gonna have to Google that.
Is that over my head, Max? It's some kind of
I mean,
reference.
Rob, have you seen Peacemaker, which is with John Cena?
I haven't. See, that's why I didn't get the reference.
Yeah, there you go. I got you, Max. Yeah, I know. Like it's a good reference. It's just that, yeah, like because you don't know it, that it goes over your head. But it happens. Don't worry. You should watch it. Peacemaker is a great show.
Okay, I usually get almost like I pride myself in like getting most references. That's why I like Family Guys. The more references in pop culture shit, the funnier Family Guy is to you. And I tend to get almost all of them because I have no life. I don't sleep. I just watch porn, do the show. So
Peacemaker is made by James Gunn, who did the Guardian of the Galaxy movies, and then also John Cena, and it's a really good. It's a lot like Guardians of the Galaxy, good goofy comedy with a lot of good action. So it's on HBO Max.
Max says, my only real question, do I flex or play Travion Henderson over Judkins if healthy, or do I keep playing Waddle in the flex? Waddle's in PPR. Waddle's like a must start. If you look at what he's done since Tyreek got hurt, the only one bad game was that shitty weather game in Cleveland. He had one catch for 15 yards. He's been a wide receiver one, like the rest of the time, almost in every single week. So are you guys buying in? And Miami's looking a little frisky, boys. Little frisky.
What a game, honestly. That one I had on my radar just because the public had the Bills like 87% on the Bills spread. And I was like, that is just ripe for the taking for Vegas. But man, how do you call, 30 plus points from, again, a team that was written off, dude? I still think McDaniel needs to get fired, dude. That guy is,
oh yeah,
I think he's a walking fraud. And
he sucks.
I think he's holding back the team, but give him where it's due. Tua was slinging it, and I agree. Waddle's floor is pretty good. Like he's gonna put up points if you're starting him, and I think you put him over that. But again, the way Travion Henderson's running too, and the way Pats are playing, like, yeah.
Ray, I'll get to you in a second. I got to say one thing about Jalen Waddle. We all know what's coming, though, in the next 1 or 2 weeks. A typical Jalen Waddle, same with T. Higgins. He gets hurt in the first quarter with a minor injury and doesn't return, or he plays like half the snaps. It's usually his shoulder for Jalen Waddle, right? He just falls a little hard because he's kind of soft, paper mache. That's going to happen. Ray, Travion Henderson, he's eating meats. Ladies and gentlemen, he's eating meats. I love it. Meat sweats. Ray, are you Travion Henderson or Judkins rest of the season? Let's just go on the assumption that even when Stevenson comes back, it's a 60, 65, 70% TreVeyon Henderson workload. You taking Henderson in full PPR or Judkins? I'm going to do full PPR because that is Henderson's forte. I know you're taking Henderson. I know it.
If it's full PPR, it's definitely Henderson because he's got the receiving upside. And that's honestly the main reason. If it's more standard or non-PPR, I'd be going Judkins just because they're not going to stop with Judkins. Like, they are going to run him into the ground. And TreVeyon Henderson is the answer. It's just that, like Rob and I have said, we just don't really know, like, if Stevenson comes back. But like, if you're into what you said, Rob, in a vacuum, I'm going Henderson for sure.
Can I say one thing? It might sound a little hot takey, and all the TreVeyon Henderson bros are going to hate me for this one. His 2 touchdown runs, like the first one was right up the middle. Dude, he did nothing. He's fast. TreVeyon Henderson's very fast, but he doesn't have instincts. I don't see a single thing on the field this year. Also, the visual of him blocking nobody. I'm not even talking about that. He has no instincts. Both those runs were just anyone. Stevenson couldn't have made those runs because Stevenson's slow. But any running back with any juice is scoring touchdowns on those plays. It's not Jonathan Taylor runs. That's my only pushback. He didn't do much. There was a gaping hole, like in porn, super easy run. And the last one was with 2 minutes to go in the game where he got a little bottle up, went to the outside. They were all selling out inside. I'm not saying anything against TreVeyon Henderson. I'm happy for the opportunity. I love his skill set for fantasy. I think Vrabel's going to see what I see. And Vrabel obviously loves Stevenson. Loves him. You guys agree?
I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna say Judkins is the way to go, just because what Big Ray said. They're using him and gonna put him into an early retirement. Yeah. Full PPR. The Browns are abysmal organization. I'd say from the top bottom, and it's so sad because Myles Garrett is probably one of the best edge rushers I've ever seen, and he is sitting on a just questionable at all levels. But again, and when you look at pure running ability, Judkins is like doing the opposite of TreVeyon. He's actually making running back moves, and he can do a lot of different things. But again, the Browns are going to keep him down, but I think it's a close call, but I'd go Judkins for sure.
The only reason the only reason I'm going TreVeyon in a full PPR is because before, when Stevenson was healthy, TreVeyon was only worthy of playing in any fantasy flex spot because of his receiving role. And I don't see that stopping. So I guess, Mike, to be honest, the main real answer to this question is Vrabel going to trust TreVeyon going forward?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sports memes, I mean, that's.
Yeah, I can play it in a second. I will play it in a second.
No, I know. But I'm saying that.
I will say this about Judkins.
That means it.
The feather in the cap, and the Caddyshack scene where he's like, "You will achieve in total enlightenment," and he's got the pitchfork at the dude's head. Like I got that going for me. The Judkins thing, the feather in our cap is Dylan Gabriel is just awful, right? He's been playing these last 5 weeks, and I think Shedeur Sanders is awful too. But I promise you, he's better than Dylan Gabriel. We call him Wario around here, that little fucking midget dude. Like, so it will get better. The offense will at least open up with Shedeur. It'll open up for him, so it can't be worse. So that's the nice thing is he will get not more opportunity. He can't get more opportunities. He's getting 25 touches a game, but the opportunities will be better. The offense will be spread out the defense. He's facing 9-man boxes, and I got to play the TreVeyon Henderson clip because this is what we're talking about.
So Trev, we picked you in the second round. You know what that means?
I finally get to run the ball?
Nope. Means we're barely going to use you. You'll underperform, underdeliver. Meanwhile, we'll still win the division the Patriots way. Any undrafted players here want this job? Anybody? Anyone?
Guess I'll start practicing my...
Yeah. Jennings, he got hurt too in that game. Shout out Sports Memes channel to everyone.
Shout out.
That's who's making this, Matt. Giving me access to these. Appreciate. Go check his channel on YouTube. Hey, since talking to you, give him a subscriber. Also, I'm gonna put this picture up here because I love putting it up here for Big Ray. That's we love that. No contest, but the context is we were trying to get some females. I wasn't even in this league. They were trying to get females for like dancers or something for the draft. They couldn't come. Ray dressed up. That's the kind of friend Ray is. He's that devoted to fantasy leagues and the show and everything else. A couple other things real quick. We'll get to more questions. If you're not in the Patreon, if you're not in the Discord, what are you doing? I got to shout out to the Patreon members here. Not going to read all the names, but also the Fanatics. You guys are really helping the show thrive, succeed, keep the lights on, keep me going 7 goddamn nights a week, boys. And if you want to get in, on the Patreon, you want to get the Discord #1, you get access to the merchandise, you get access to the fantasy leagues, you get access to my early bets. Boys, we were 47-21 in the NFL this year. Wrap your head around that. So we're killing. It'll pay for itself 10 times over, even if you put like $10 in the bets. $10. Also, real quick, sponsor of the show today, TradeFan, promo code PROFAN, 100% deposit match, daily fantasy, your way. Got my own tournament on there. Pick 3 longest touchdown scores. Link in the description. Check that out. Also, the Patreon link is in the description. Let's get back to some questions, shall we? Thankfully, Ray isn't here to tell us the life story with every response. Whoa, Dakota. I don't like that. That's not true. What do you got to say about that, Ray? I didn't mean to click on that one. I'm going to go to a positive one.
I mean, I could care less.
Yeah, Ray could care less. And he knows if he goes too long, I will tiny dancer his ass, and I haven't had to do that, so clearly he hasn't been doing it. And CK, here's the 4-0
we do have a system down, so
we have a good system, and it's also a funny system. CK 4-0 this week. I had my second best fantasy week of all time, 22-3. And then my wife went 8-3. My wife goes 8-3 every week, dude. She has like 7 teams out of her 11 that have like our first place. It's unbelievable, dude. She's better than me. I mean, I did draft all our teams, but she it's her teams, you know. She's crushing. She's just slaying ass.
Hey, let's be real though. Safe assumption, majority of her leagues are girl leagues.
No, they're all Fantrax public, dude. She doesn't have friends. No girls play fantasy.
Okay, well, then even better. Even better.
No, they're just lower buy-ins. I'm all in 250s and 500s. She's in like $50 and $100 leagues. But still, $100 league is a lot for some.
Either way, though. Right, yeah. Even better, man. Good shit.
Hastings, how many leagues are you in?
3. And I did not have – I had the opposite week. I don't even – I'm actually embarrassed to say who I started in a couple of them at quarterback. But I'll do it for the show. I started Geno Smith.
I've had to do it. Gross. Not this week.
I overthought it. Again, came off of a 12-target Brock Bowers monster game, and Bowers got 1 reception, and it was for 30 yards. So he's averaging 30
That's a
yards.
Kick in the dick, Mike. That's a total kick in the dick.
I had Brock Bowers over 6 catches, and again, he had Michael Mayer, the other tight end, getting more receptions than Bowers. Like, what is going on again with Pete Carroll and that entire org? Tom Brady honestly needs to just step in and start coaching and just start calling the plays, man.
Or start playing quarterback. Tom.
Real quick, have you not noticed the NFL head coaches absolutely fucking hate our fantasy football teams?
Yes.
Look at Bijan and Tyler Algier. Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck is that?
Tyler Algier's averaging 6 yards a carry this year.
No, he's not bad, dude. He's just not Bijan. He's not bad at all. He's just not Bijan. That's it.
He might be a better goal line. He might be a better goal line rusher. He might be a better goal line running back, dude.
I will put my life on the line Bijan over fucking Tyler Algier for a 5-yard carry to get in.
2 yards.
Tyler Algier's an average bum. If he was so good, some team would have traded for him. Let's get real here.
They won't trade him. They love him. They love him there. I love Tyler Algier. And I'm also saying that because I have Tyler Algier in every league ever, especially basketball.
You're hoping Bijan misses that first game so you can just kill it for your playoffs. I get it.
Yeah, I can't wait. I have Bijan in a few spots too, and also I never root for injuries. I'm not the fantasy football counselor.
No, I get that, but
I have a fucking heart.
You wouldn't be so sad if he got hurt. Let's just leave it.
I wouldn't be so sad. I wouldn't be doing fucking cartwheels though, and mostly because I'm fat and I can't do cartwheels. GT says waiver wire suggestions this week. GT, we're gonna get into that on the Tuesday show. I will say this. Tight end wise, a lot of people are hurting. I think Dawson Knox is a must add now because what's going on with that receiver core right now? Like Dawson Knox, they need him. We've seen it before. He was the number 1 for a couple of years. Even in the spot start earlier this year, he only had 2 catches, but he had a touchdown. Like, who's more likely besides Mark Andrews to score a touchdown than Dawson Knox? You got an angry Bills team. Give me Dawson Knox for 2 or 3 weeks. It's second cage week to week. So would you
get Colton Loveland if he's still around?
I'd rather start Dawson Knox this week coming up.
Oh, no, so this week, going forward, though.
Yeah, obviously, like for the rest of the year, Colson Loveland, yeah. But like for the short term, 2 or 3 weeks. How long do you think Kincaid's out? It sounds like 2 or 3 weeks, right?
That's what we're seeing. I mean, he got banged up.
Yeah, I mean, I got him in 2. I got him in 2 leagues. I'm thinking it's going to probably be for sure 1 week, probably 2, could linger into 3. So 2 to 3, like you said, Rob.
Ray, you have beers to chug or no? Or am I doing a solo tonight?
Does it Ray shit in the woods?
Ray shit's everywhere. Sometimes in your pants. We all shit our pants. I'm not embarrassed to say it. J Bob says, "This is for you, Mike. While we do this chug, be nice to him too, because we love J Bob here. But also give your true opinion."
Bob?
Mike knows that Jalen Hurts is top 1 quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
I'm going to rephrase it because we know that's crazy.
Don't fall into
Top 3.
J
Top
Bob's
3.
love.
He always says top 3. What do you think? And this is all encompassing: talent, past performance, winning, just him as a quarterback, his legacy, right now.
And real quick, Mike, just imagine this is Step Brothers and J Bob just isn't completely in love and he just wants you. Like he's testing the waters, if that makes sense.
I get it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go with Jalen Hurts is the best running back that happens to be at the quarterback position.
J Bob!
I will say that when I see his mechanics of his throw and his release, I actually get a little sick because the way it comes out, it looks like a duck every time. It's a second behind. The velocity looks like, again, something that a community college quarterback could put on there. But I will say, I think he's a winner. We all know it about him. He's got that dog mentality. He can inspire the locker room. Again, 85% of being a quarterback is just looking like a quarterback, showing up and inspiring the team, memorizing the plays, and he does that. But again, his mechanics, I really am unsure. Without the tush push, would he have these rings? Would he be in a Super Bowl?
Let me ask you this, Hastings.
I would still think he would have 1 ring, but I'm with that, Mike. That is a super cheat code, and that's why it'll be done after this year. So
let me ask you this.
They've won, or no, wait. Hurts only won 1, right?
He lost 1. They should have won the first one. Actually.
He's been there a couple times. Let
me ask you this. I'm going to say one thing. He has, not just a factor, he is a top 3, maybe the number 1 best leader as a quarterback.
Oh, yeah. He's a leader of men, no doubt. Can't take that away from him.
So I put him in the 5-6 range because a guy like Justin Herbert, I feel like is way more talented. He's got everything he'd ever asked for. But Justin Herbert, what does he do in the playoffs, bro? Throws 5 picks, blows 24-point leads. Can you Hastings? Can you, with straight face, put him ahead of Hurts? We're not talking just ability. We're talking everything.
No, because right? I really weight playoff play and that the pressure, the clutchness, that's really what matters. I mean, you can come through and have an immaculate regular season, but playoff time, if you shit the bed, man, that's really what matters.
Mike, are you a Bears fan?
I would say I'm a Bears fan.
Yeah, okay. So you're like Rob, reluctantly you're a Bears fan. So nonetheless, my point is, dude, when you were just outside of high school, when the Bears went to that Super Bowl, I brought this up the other day on the chat or on the stream. Rex Grossman was an MVP candidate in September that year the Bears went to the Super Bowl. So just saying that people can play out of their minds to be higher levels. But, I mean, either way, Jalen Hurts, he is a leader of men, and he's clutch, and that goes a long way. So
I would be proud to have him as my quarterback if I had the right institution. You know what I'm saying? I know it's very particular. But if you have the right coach, the right GM, and the right roster around him, and Lamar Jackson's similar. Lamar Jackson's obviously more talented, but if you have a coach that makes him a pocket quarterback, Lamar Jackson's gonna be dog shit. You know what I mean?
Rob, I hate to say it. I think you answered the question, man. I think you answered that question though. It's that I'm sorry, J Bob. Jalen Hurts is not the reason why that team is elite. The team's elite that helps him along. He's not the reason you win, but he can help make you win.
That's the perfect quarterback for that team, though. That's
correct. No, 100%. It's a perfect storm with that team.
They wouldn't be winning with Trevor Lawrence or a bum that makes mistakes.
Carson
he doesn't make mistakes too.
Any of those bums,
dude,
no.
Yeah. All right. Jason says, much love, Mike. Love your takes on Hurts, brother. Need you to do a chug with the boys. You look like a wine or Stella kind of guy, though. Is that accurate?
No, that's wrong, man. I am a beer guy, and I would be, but no joke. I think I had 12 to 13 beers yesterday and even the day before, which I'm I need to just sweat that out for a bit, guys. It's also I'm on the East Coast time, the easy coast, so
Yeah.
it's
And he's
getting,
got 4 children, so he has more of a serious life than me and Ray do.
Yeah.
So I appreciate him coming on.
Don't worry,
no,
Mike. We'll pick up the slack for you. Don't you worry.
The,
please do. I'd be there.
No,
I'd
in the
be
future
there.
though, you just have some beers on hand and
Oh,
put in the
yeah,
cup
I
so we
will.
don't get in
I
trouble.
will.
Just so you guys can know the rules here, this is the super chat, the fundraising super chat. Every 5, any color is a beer chug. Every single $20 super chat, beer chug. Every Patreon sign up during this show, beer chug. And we love the beer chugs. And just for you guys, I love playing this clip. I love playing the clip of Ray and Drag. I also love playing the clip of me chugging a beer shirtless in a bar.
Here you go.
That's pretty quick.
Around here.
Man.
Oh, I can pound. Ray can
So
pound.
wait, so you know what you play you give the most embarrassing thing that I do, but you don't give the good old Ray strikeout. I get it. Okay.
Oh, I do have that. I actually had to delete it to get space. I'll put it back on here because it's great. It is
No,
great.
it's all good.
Who would have think the Bears would be tied for first in the division right now? Wild stuff.
Ben Johnson, baby.
Not me.
Wow.
I'm just saying I wouldn't either. I'm saying Ben Johnson effect is 1,000% real. Like 0-2 and 6-1 since then, and every single one of these games the Bears have won in those 6 games, except the one against the Cowboys. They lose those games every single year that we've grown up. Literally, like I'm not kidding. Maybe the Lovey years we maybe could pull a couple of those out, but my entire lifetime we lose all those games. So there's something in the air, boys, and Ray is.
I can sense it too, and I am like the most defeatist, like low expectations of the organization after just again years of questionable draft picks and coaches.
And coaches, yeah.
But Ben Johnson, you can just tell he's got that look that he knows something that y'all don't, and like he is unflappable. Like even when Caleb Williams is doing kind of questionable things, he understands, and I think he's molding again. And I have lost a lot of bets. I called Caleb Williams a bust from the beginning. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think you might be looking at the new type of prototype of quarterback. Like, again, he is showing that he can lead, and he is clutch. Like, he wants that pressure. You can tell. Ice in the veins. I agree. And again, the Bears just seem to somehow, just by being the Bears, can build a bruising defense, like without even trying. Like their defense can get good, and we all know that. And so again, if Ben Johnson can get a good system, if he can just get what he's trying to do done, like the aspirations, again, I dare say it, but they look like they're gunning for the Super Bowl, but not, maybe not this year. But again, if he can put what he wants down.
Real quick, Mike, I'm glad that you actually have a half a brain as a Bears fan to just not like you just admitted it. Like I gave up on him, thought he was a bust, blah, 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 blah. Like that's a majority, like in all my friend group chats, everybody, every time he has one bad play, bad game, whatever, like these sucks, we fucked up, should never drafted him, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you guys do understand. Look around the NFL right now. How many number 1 picks or first round pick quarterbacks that their teams either had terrible coaching and terrible situations, terrible GM drafting, all the above combined that gave up on them, and now these guys are killing it. And this is the situation that I've been trying my best to be calm with my friends who, not lately, but up until this last month, have been shitting on Caleb, saying that we fucked up, he's terrible, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I get it. He's not where you guys expect him to be with that first overall pick. And now it's come out that Brian Poles didn't look at Jane Daniels, Drake May, nobody. He just went straight to Caleb, and that's all he did. Well, I mean, thank God Caleb's got some ice in his veins. Not some, he does have ice in his veins because it's just a long process. And I just would hate that the Bears would give up on him because this is the fruition when you have good coaching.
All right, we got to move on. We're 30 minutes behind the chat. Jeremy, what's the matter with the Panthers? Big win in Green Bay and Dallas, a couple other games, and they lose to the Saints. I'll just say this. It's the NFL nowadays. We just saw the Bills lose to the fucking Dolphins. Not just lose to the Dolphins. They got, like, kind of their ass kicked by the Dolphins. And it's just any team, any given day. The old movie, Any Given Sunday, it's an actual thing. And this year more so than other years. And the thing is, the Panthers were always kind of fraudulent. Like they'll be fine. They're a bad.
They're building. They're a building team, man.
Yeah, a good bad team. And Bryce Young, real quick. Look at this. Look at this stat I found here. This is unreal. Where's it at? Here we go. So Bryce Young is there's two quarterbacks that are averaging under 6 yards per attempt this season. It's Dylan Gabriel and Bryce Young. Like, need I say more? I say more? Tiny.
Yeah.
They're tiny. Also, I got to shout out this one right here. This is amazing. I got to take the comment off. It just says essentially that White Yoda looks like Jerry Jones. Jerry fucking Jones, bro.
But let's really quick on Jeremy's comment. The Saints are horrible, though. Are they? Like, can you give me a sanity check on them? Because every time I've watched them, they just look like they should be Titans tier bad. But
they're horrible. I mean, they're definitely horrible. I still have the picture up here. Whoops. They're definitely horrible. But any team could win. Any team can win. And the thing is, I just think the Panthers are a playoff team. Their record might end up being 7 and 8 wins at the end of the year. They have Bryce Young. They have a rookie receiver. They have no one else there. They have Rico Dotto, who's a god. But take away Rico, they're just a fine team. They're okay. They're just a bad. They're a good bad team is what they are. They're the best of the bad teams. And the fact that they had a record that was the same as the Chiefs is just stupid. Like, that's just stupid. And their division is trash too. That's the thing. Jay Moore, I said it, man. It's gonna be Dawson Knox, and then the kicking streaming. I haven't looked at next week. I'm still trying to just get past this high that I had from this week with 7-0 on Sunday with bets, and then just the fantasy week. So I'll get into that tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Tomorrow is Tuesday. There we go. I'm talking about myself. Jay Moore, what does your wire look like? Oh, I thought I said wife. I was like, I'm curious too. Jay Moore, I don't know if you're in the Discord or not. That's definitely a Discord kind of thing where you could just put a picture of your wire instead of posting every single player because it's hard for me to go through. Chris says, who do I replace Dart with? Tomorrow question, but Dart might still play. You could see that. I know he's young and they probably shouldn't play him, but you guys think he's out for sure? Or because it wasn't like a Monday night concussion. It happened on Sunday, noon game. It's 50-50, right?
Now the NFL these days, concussions are never 50-50.
yeah,
I gotta say this. Zach says the NFL is scripted. I said I was at my sister's house, and my brother-in-law was just saying how rigged it is because player props aren't hitting and touchdown scores. Dude, the NFL is not rigged. Some of it may be orchestrated, but like every game, every bet is not rigged. It's impossible. It's impossible. These players are also playing for contracts. These coaches get fired in 1 year, bro. They can't just be like, oh, you want me to lose this game? Okay. Trevor Lawrence is trying to get a max contract. Oh, you want me to throw this ball to him at the end of the game to lose? So I lose out on $150 million? They're not doing it, guys.
Real quick, though.
I'm sorry.
Well, you say sorry you want. The entire NFL is not rigged, but let's be real here, man. The Bills went in and kicked the shit out of the Chiefs at home. The Chiefs at home and turned around and did what they did at Dolphins. It just makes zero sense. I know what you'll call it. It's just a random NFL on a given Sunday. There's certain things that the NFL wants to make money for
receivers. Dude, the Bills have no receivers. They have nobody getting open.
Vegas is involved, Rob. Billions of dollars, okay? I'm sorry.
Right,
and by the way, they call it sports entertainment.
Right, Hastings, what do you think?
I would say that the NBA scandal recently of players getting caught, taking themselves out, going for the under. Not only that, didn't just some MLB pitchers get caught as well? So there's 2 of the big leagues. And again, but I'm with Rob. They can't script like an exceedingly 99%. But again, you go on YouTube, you just look up ex-mafia people talking about what they do. A center here, you can bet on the dumbest shit nowadays. And it's like, how easy is it for you to get one guy to just bet on one thing? But again, outcomes.
Can we all easily agree? I agree with you, Rob. Everything is not scripted in the NFL, but the fact that there's legal betting, Vegas is involved, and billions and billions daily are involved. There is some sort of craziness and backdoor dealings. Not everything, but certain things are definitely so.
I gotta get to J Bob here. He said this must be an Eagles slandered episode. We weren't slated. I still think the Eagles are probably the best team in the NFC. If I had to bet on one team in the NFC, it's the Eagles. I'm not going to go with the Seahawks yet. The Rams look good, but they also have an old quarterback. Like,
they're top 3.
They're also a team that's easy to hate on, bro. And like, this. And here's the thing. I think every one of us on this show right now, if we were Eagles fans, we'd be just like you, tush pushing away. I have a tush push t-shirt. Like, it's the same thing with like Dennis Rodman, right? Like, You hated Dennis Rodman when he wasn't on your team. When you get Dennis Rodman, Draymond Green on your team, you fucking love him. You love them. You love like getting under people's skins. Unfortunately, we don't have that as Bears fans. We're getting there as a franchise, but like you guys just have it made right now. And last thing on the gambling thing, if it is rigged, there's ways. If you can identify how it's rigged, right, with all the public money, try betting like that and see if you make money because it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
You can talk to me. That's like my system, and I'll tell you. I mean, but I did call out the 85% public on the Bills, and I was like, uh-oh, watch this one. Vegas has got to eat.
I was about to say, wait a minute, dude. I'm sorry, dude. When the public majority, a heavy majority goes with it, a lot of times, more often than not, they lose.
So why don't
So
Ray, why don't you
that,
bet $1,000? Why don't you bet $1,000
I'm sorry.
game? Then why don't you take advantage of it then? If it's so rigged, take advantage of the rigging. It's rigged, right? You get it?
Because I do enough of my own fucking betting. I'm not like.
I'm just saying, if it's
I don't
so
know,
easy
I'm a
to
degenerate in many other ways, Rob. So,
dude, I am like a system, numbers, sharps versus public, and if you bet purely based on that, you're gonna lose. Like again,
yes, I said heavy favorites though, which the Buffalo was a heavy favorite, 85, 84%. That's what I'm getting at. 60, 30, 55, 50, 50. Yeah, no. You're to your point. You're getting fucked every time.
Well, just because my 4 year I'm beating the on my bets on the show, maybe I'm just like blind to it because I always win. Like I don't always win. I'm not like up a bunch of money on the show. The bets I give out, the ones I feel really strongly about, I kill it. So like if it's rigged, then fuck yeah, keep on rigging it. Keep on rigging it, baby. I do well in fantasy. Keep on rigging it. I don't give a shit. Like we never know. We're never gonna know until it comes out. We're never gonna know.
Well, I can tell you, they do. They represent as sports entertainment. Bottom line, that is what NFL, NBA. Well, yeah, look it up. That's what they represented.
Is it like KFC? Is it like how KFC had to start calling itself Kentucky Fried Chicken because it wasn't real chicken?
No, I'm just telling you that's what WWE does in sports entertainment. That's what they label as all other sports because legal betting is now involved. That's when they start changing that.
Guys, what do you think the chances are? Just give me your percentage that the Vikings beat the Bears. This is the season for the Vikings. It's already over in my mind. But if the Vikings lose this game, sayonara, bro. And this is a big game for JJ McCarthy. He's been inconsistent at best, is the word to describe JJ McCarthy. Give me a number, 40%, 50%, 30%. What do you got? Vikings beating the Bears.
50-50 for me right now.
I'm taking 60% chance Bears win. Vikings are just one of those teams where it's like, gosh, they can put up a stinker one week and then they can come back. And I agree. McCarthy has been looking out of sorts. Like he's seeing ghosts out there, and he's got Justin Jefferson and not too bad of an offensive system around him too.
I'm gonna give you guys all a little heads up. I'm definitely hitting Justin Jefferson's yards no matter what it's at this week because he has been awful. It's probably gonna be set at like 72.5. I'll put that on the Discord for you guys in the private section. I'm gonna give you guys this nugget right now because he got 12 targets last week at 36 yards. It's Justin Jefferson, an all-timer. And they're going to find a way to get him involved. And the Bears, we saw Slayton just torch us. And Darius Slayton is not very good. I mean, he's okay.
That's about average, but he ain't JJ. JJ's an all-timer.
Who is McCarthy's backup now, right now?
A nobody?
That random guy that was going to come in with Carson Wentz. Story knows him and knows what college he went to, how big his lap hog is, all these things. I'm not a college guy. GT, thank you. We're getting close to another chug-a-lug, Ray, and he's going to really start yelling at me. Jason says, meat sweats getting heated. This is actually, Ray has chilled out on the heat. He's more mild these days. That was pretty heated, and I'm used to it. I can handle it. I also like the debate, and we're not first take. We actually we care about what we talk about. And, I had the same debate with my brother-in-law today, and I don't care if it was. I'm not like, oh my God, like my rock star's doing drugs. Like when I was a kid, it's like, oh my God, I don't want my rock star to do drugs. Like I don't want the NFL. I don't give a fuck. It's never going to stop going.
The main argument here is that I'm with you guys. Both of you said you both believe the NFL is not fully all the way like scripted. It's not like that's like just not possible. But based on a lot of shitty calls, especially, I'm sorry, just real quick. How about that Saints and Vikings NFC Championship game? What the fuck? Dude tackles a guy. Don't call it. And you're going to tell me shit's not rigged? Get the fuck out of here, everybody. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm going to tell you? I'm going to tell you referees suck. Referees suck, though, too. That's a fact.
Things are rigged to a point. What point?
Right, we got to move on, though. We're 40 minutes behind. Looking ahead to week 11, need 2, Chase Brown, Travion, or Derrick Henry. I'm just going to go Travion. Well, Derrick Henry for sure. I'm just a sucker for Derrick Henry, but against the Browns. And then if there's no Stevenson, we're going to go Travion, or I guess, what about if Samaje Perine's out? Then it must be Chase Brown. So I think wait on the injury reports on those guys?
Yes. I would go with what Rob just said on that.
All three of those have their pros and cons. Probably leaning toward Derrick Henry being a solid start.
I'm agreeing with Rob said. Based on those stipulations, that's how I'd base on my team. Derrick Henry, and then based on the other 2 running backs for either team, who's healthy and who's not, you play that guy.
CK makes a good point that Jennings did get hurt in that game, and he got the first 3 touches of the game. So we probably would have never even had this Henderson breakout because literally Mike Vrabel hates him. And maybe he's not going to hate him as much now, but who knows, dude? You would want to trust that over Chase Brown or Derrick Henry? I don't.
Agreed.
Judkins or Breece Hall rest of the season? Scoring dependent. If it's full PPR, now we'll have a discussion in half, and standard is Judkins for sure. But also, Breece Hall's not really catching passes. I got to pull this graphic while you guys talk. Look at this. Look at this Justin Fields passing chart. Look at this. 6 of 11, 56 yards. Look at those passes, dude. All the completions are like screen passes, bro.
Here's the number 2 quarterback, or here's the number 2 running back that happens to play quarterback, and it's Justin Fields. Like, can someone just put him in the backfield and just hand the ball off to him? The guy is like a deer. He has minimal vision, and again, I'm not sure he fully even knows the playbook. Like, if you were to quiz him on everything, I think they're really narrowing it down for him.
I don't know if they have a playbook, though. It's not even about him. I don't know if they even have a playbook. Aaron Glenn's terrible. I know he's not the offensive coordinator, but he's terrible. He just looks lost out there, man. He just like pacing the sideline, chilling, not being heated. Like, what a weirdo. I don't know why he got that job. I like the guy. He seems like a good human, but yeah, it's weird. It's still Swift's backfield. Monungai's still a hold. What do you guys think? Because Monungai got the touchdown, but Swift was back to being the leader. He looks dynamic too. So is this going to be a better version for fantasy at least because the starter will get more work than what we have in Seattle? A little better version? Because you think Monungai will get the goal line work going forward? That's my question for you, Hastings.
I would give it to him, and I think he will get it. I think Ben Johnson is smart. I think he's going to run with what's working. And again, Monungai is fighting for more yards than what you see Swift does. Now, different types of running backs, but I'm putting goal line work in Monungai. That guy is a savage.
Ray, you agree?
So at this point, like, I mean, we were talking because Mike, I don't know if you saw yesterday, Brad Biggs, who's like been the beat writer for the Bears for a long time, for one of the papers. Either way, he said that he thought it'd be 50-50 and then Ben Johnson to go with the hot hand. Well, he was definitely wrong because went back to Swift. But again, was he really wrong though? Because I know Monungai was technically the right away hot hand, but Swift was doing pretty damn well, man. I mean, he's had 200-yard games. He's been looking pretty solid. I mean, he didn't look so hot in the beginning of the year, but he was turning it on, and then he got that injury, and then Monungai just took over because the Bears have, after that bye week, have totally gone all in on the run game. So at this point, I'm going to go probably it'll be Swift will be the lead. I don't know. I'm leaning more somewhere in between 60-40, 70-30. But the problem is I think that they will start changing to where Monungai will be the Zach Charbonnet of the Bears to get in that goal line work.
It's good for everyone, though. It's good for the Bears because now we have 2 different backs. Scott says, I love First Take as entertainment, but bad analysis. It's not. It's so bad it's good, I guess you'd say, because like they can't believe 75% of the shit they're saying because they also have to make content every day. Now we do this show actually longer. I do this show longer than they do. I'm on 3 hours a fucking night. But the thing is, you guys are creating the content with your chat, and I don't say shit to say shit for the most part. And there's a lot to talk about here in the NFL. And I can talk about, O.J. Simpson and JCM and all that kind of shit. Jason, this is a good comment from Jason. Ray could be Molly from First Take with that photo. Can we do that? Can we do that? Ray, can we do that? You dress like this on the show, and you're going to be our host. And we'll answer questions, and then you can take it off real quick, and then you can come into Stephen A's job. Don't do blackface. Don't do that. That doesn't work. No.
I'm going to go with the only way I'm doing it if I can do blackface.
Yeah, all right. We'll see how long that lasts. We're up to a chug now, Ray. We gotta get a chug. I got a question here. I got a question over Hastings.
Yeah,
Hastings, whenever you gotta take off, I know you gotta wake up early.
I
you
want
gotta
to.
roll.
I'm going to head out in a bit, and I've got some. I did do some research and think I've got a pretty good analytics fact here as well.
Yeah.
But we can get to that.
Well,
in a
bring it
minute.
on, man. Bring it on.
So I went through, and again, AI helped me here, but I cataloged which defense has caused the most concussions after week 10.
Like,
kind of surprising.
Since when? Like, what? Since what year?
This year. This year.
Oh, this year?
Yeah,
The Bears? I don't. Just because you're a Bears fan, I don't know.
No, the Bears are in the middle of the pack, but the Bengals have caused 6 concussions, followed by the 49ers at 5. Jacksonville tied at 5, and the Vikings have caused 3, and the rest are like 2-1. But this is manually acquired data. 99% sure it's true, but again, I like to look at these facts to see who's out there not wanting to go up against that defense. And right now, the Bengals have caused 6 concussions. Watch out.
Can we all give him a round of applause for that? Because I don't know if that's really
that's some hell of an analysis, my friend.
Forward, but it's something, it's something I haven't heard anyone talk about. That's awesome.
Well, what's funny is the fact that you said the Bengals have that record right now, and they don't even have Vontaze perfect. So,
right?
He was worth 6. You know how they had the baseball stat WAR, right? Wins above replacement. Like if they had a stat back in the day of concussions above replacement, his career was like 61. He was getting 9 a year, getting 3 and giving 9. So 12 total concussions he was involved in a year.
Well, let's be real. He was the reason that AB became now the AB. AB was pretty normal, and that his taters got mashed real hard across the middle. And now he's getting extradited to the U.S. for God knows everything he's done. So,
here we go. We got a chug, and then we'll say goodbye to Hastings. We also have, I think we found a new Hembo of the channel. That's Hastings.
Who's Hembo?
I don't know.
Hembo was so Hembo was with Mike Greenberg, and when Mike Greenberg with Mike the Greenie show. Mike and Mike, Hembo and him. So after that show broke up, Mike Greenberg and Hembo made like a really good book. I haven't read it, but like they've got a lot of good reviews on it. Hembo is basically like an ultimate like statistics guy, and he loves basically like you did a lot of research. I know you said you use AI, but I don't care. You did the research to give us that great information, and that's basically what like Hembo was. Like Hembo is a total like awesome deep stats, like type of person.
Yeah.
Hastings, the chat's going crazy for you right now. We have really enjoy Hastings on here. And we said that the guy you're talking about, Hembo's ESPN stats guy. Yeah, the dude's an analyst. All this stuff. Yeah, you got a fan club here, Hastings. That's the thing is I've gotten so lucky with all my guests. Now you're like the 7th guy that's going to be in the rotation. They're all amazing. They all have strengths, not a lot of weaknesses. I'm the one that brings the weaknesses. That's it. But I guess you could say I set everyone up for success because I'm the
not with that record, Rob. That record you have, and you keep the receipts too. Like that's a pretty hard thing to do, dude. Like,
hey, Mike, real quick before you leave, there was a Cheerio League asks, how do you use AI? Explain in your quickest way you love to do.
Oh my goodness, you just ask it to go manually. Like right now, they don't have, like for example. They don't have or keep that data. You just ask the AI to go through each game, find out who got a concussion. Like, for example, week 3, Ryan Kelly on the Vikings got a concussion from the Bengals. And then you tell it to just manually map it out and put it in that column. But ChatGPT. And again, I've kind of been using them to wager. And Rob said it, like, go ahead, try and do a system like math. If you think it's rigged and you can follow the publics and sharps, like go ahead, because it's not always going to hit. The NFL is quite the unique league. Like again, it's
Vegas gets crushed all the time. They do. I mean, the public gets crushed more. But here's the difference. Though people don't realize, and they're like, how do they keep on winning? There's 10% juice on every single standard bet. So when they have $1 million on a bet, they have $1 million on each side, they win 100 grand. If they have $1 billion, they win 100 million. That's why Vegas always wins. It's like the dealer advantage of blackjack. Like, yeah, it's almost better to be an individual at the blackjack table against a dealer if you're smart. But as a whole, the dealer wins. That's just a fact. And Vegas has it built. The lines, the minus 110, minus 120, and people. The thing is, people doing parlays is what they get on, because everyone does parlays. I only do them when I get boosted. They're scam, bro. Like, you're not gonna win. You're gonna be down more than you're up. Every once in a while, someone wins 100 grand. You know what? A lot of people are losing $100 a week on those. That shit adds up more than 100 grand.
Hey, real quick, Rob, can you just explain to everybody, like, what is the main line when Vegas puts out a line that is it's a Vegas line, 3.5, right? Like something like that. That's just like a Vegas line for you to get fucked.
Yeah, 3.5 is the Vegas zone is like 5.5. A 5.5 point spread. It's like, because it's like, you're giving the home team 3 points. It's just a weird line, and that's what you want to focus. Hey, people who don't know, you for coming on. Yes, thank you for coming on.
Love meeting, man. Can't wait to be on with you
again.
again.
Home. I'll be in touch. We'll figure out another night.
Last thing, Ray, are you still a flat earther, man? Because
yeah,
I've seen the light. I have seen it, and that's it. I'll sign off with that.
Yes.
Ooh.
Love you.
All right. Okay.
Yes,
You know what?
buddy.
We'll do something this winter. We'll do something this winter with you two against me, and
Let's do it,
awesome.
man. And totally fun, open conversation. But hey, it's been a pleasure. Been a pleasure.
Hey, you're a man, dude. Thank you. Love meeting you, brother. Can't wait to meet you. Hop on again, dude.
Peace, dude. Absolutely. I'll talk to you soon.
Have a great night.
What a guy. What a guy.
What a
Ray,
stud,
like
dude. Yeah, what a stud, man. You just fed right into Wally. Wally said Ray's weakness is the tiny dancer.
I saw that. That's why I did it. I can see the chat over here too.
I know.
Here we go. Where was I at here? Someone said something about JK seeking. Here it is. Jay says J.K. Dobbins is seeking a second opinion on his foot injury, which is wild, right? Because he came back into that game and he finished the game. Man, this is wheels up for RJ Harvey, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say exactly. I mean, it's RJ Harvey season, it seems like then. I mean, they drafted him pretty high in the second round, right? So,
yeah, no, third round, second round, yeah, it's higher than everyone thought he was going to go. Michael says, would you rather have A.J. Brown or Marvin Harrison rest of season?
Oh, my God.
I think I'm taking Marv.
I'm going to say that's really sucky and hard, but I'm going Marvin Harrison Jr. as well, because Jacoby Brissett, like I said, he's showing the Joe Flacco effect, not as heavy with Jamar Chase peppering with targets, but he's peppering him way more than Kyler ever did. And he can understand that the guy's a stud, which he is. He just was dealing with Kyler and just checked out. Now he's checked back in, it looks like. So
007 asks if Hunter's droppable as his wide receiver 5. He picked up Burrow off the news that needed a roster spot. I'm not really high on picking up Burrow either, because he's potentially could come back. If they lose this week, he's not coming back. They're out of the playoffs. Like, the thing is, the Bengals are a dumb organization, but you should not bring Joe Burrow back after this injury just to play games. Save him for next year. But for the Hunter comment, I think he is a drop, man, unless it's like a 14-team league or a deep 12, because Parker Washington has emerged. They traded for Jacoby Myers. Brian Thomas will be back. The tight end's coming back too. Brenton Strange. Like, Trevor Lawrence sucks. Like, all those things tell me, can you trust Travis Hunter in a playoff situation if it's his first or second game back? I don't think so. I'm not fucking with that. You'll find better options on the wire.
Rob, let me answer this real quickly. That the only reason that I would keep him is I'm in 4 leagues. My one league, it's a one keeper league, and where it's an auction league. So wherever the money you draft him, you get him for that money. I drafted Travis Hunter for like $4. He's on my IR right now. So I might keep him on my IR and then just add him to my roster at the end of the year to potentially keep him for next year for cheap. But that's an auction. I mean, that's such a unique thing. In general, redraft, drop his ass. He's not going to be usable at all. Rob gave every reason as to why, especially with his injury. Like, he's a number 2 to pick. Like, no, he ain't coming back. And if he does, he won't be trustworthy.
I would start the guys I'm considering not starting here. DVS is Devonta Smith. It's pretty much Devonta Smith and Judkins. And I would probably sit Devonta Smith, because Olave is getting too much work. Devonta Smith's too inconsistent. So I think that the play is sitting Devonta Smith. Let's see.
That's not even in question. We've talked about this before. Devonta Smith is literally the meaning of a 0 to 100. He will not help you win your game at all, or will be the reason you win your game. So you take all those other people who have much higher floors.
AJ Brown is not getting open, Cherio. He's really not getting open. How often do you see him open? And then the few times he does, Hurts has missed him. The connection has not been there. It's the combination of Hurts just playing worse than usual, AJ Brown not getting open as much as usual, and then not looking for him. It's a three, and one or two of them will get better, but all three aren't going to get better. And what we saw the first 2 years was all three of them clicking. So he's still fine. I'm saying Marvin Harrison, for me, top 15 receiver rest of the season, baby. As long as Brissett's playing quarterback, Marvin Harrison is getting 12 targets. 10 targets. Like, he's been struggling the first year and a half because Kyler was giving him 5 targets, and he, and he gets touchdowns. But now if you get his touchdowns are always been good, half touchdown a game in his career. But if you start getting a volume, Ray, now we're looking at a guy that you can start in PPR every week as a
well.
and
Rob, let's add on another reason as to why Marvin Harrison will end up being a better play in the long run. They're getting Trey Benson back. That's going to open up the run game of it, which opens up the play action game. That means more feeding to Marvin Harrison Jr. for bigger plays.
Good call. Wally says, I was watching yesterday's stream today at work, and someone saw the picture of Ray dressed up as a chick. That's awesome.
Good shit.
You know what? Only
they
are
loved
going to
it.
get that. It is good shit. Jason, the Panthers and Falcons are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. The Falcons especially, because I had high hope for the Falcons. Like, I do believe the Falcons are a better team than the Panthers. The record does not indicate that, but like, they beat the Bills. Now, maybe that's not that hard to do after what we've seen the last couple of weeks. But Michael Penix, man, is just bad. Like, he has no touch. Like, you saw the Drake London touchdown he had where he had to really throw touch. I was like, I'd never seen him do it before because he can't do it. It's weird. Right. He's a one-speed quarterback, and it's fine. But he's just wildly inaccurate. And thank God he has Drake London. If you take Drake London away from him,
hey, Rob, can we really just get to let's just be real here with the real reason why he sucks? Can we just be real here?
Yeah.
There's 3 lefty quarterbacks in this league right now. I know you know who they are. I'll tell everybody. It's Penix, Tua, and Dylan Gabriel. Well, pretty sure they all suck my nuts. So, not saying that being a lefty quarterback is the end all be all, but it doesn't help things because it really changes. Literally, it flips the entire system and scheme. It's very hard to overcome that if you're not an elite quarterback. To be honest, it's hard.
Very good call. Also, their rosters with left tackle being the most important because that's the blind side. Now
Correct.
You don't have. Now it's the right tackle.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's
It flips the whole thing over. It's just like if you're not ready to think the opposite, which like every single team doesn't think that way. Like really, they don't. They have left tackle is number one. If you have a lefty quarterback, the right tackle is now your left tackle. It is
very good
hard,
point there. Wally, T. Higgins is almost a must start against the Steelers defense. Steelers defense is trash. So,
yeah, I mean, at this point, I wouldn't say he's must start because must starts are, Jamar Chase is the must start, but that's an obvious must start. But T. Higgins, especially with Joe Flacco and with that trash, dude, the Steelers are spiraling, bro. They are just they're on a dead spin right now. So
hey, man,
I would be playing T. Higgins.
My Ravens bet was just as much about the Ravens as it was about
you're right,
the Ravens when they get in the playoffs that they're dangerous. And the question was, would they make the playoffs? And the bet was against the Steelers because I knew the Steelers would win 9 games. And it's actually worse than I thought. I literally did not expect this. And the thing is, Aaron Rodgers does not want to get hit again. He's banged up. How long was it going to last? We knew he wouldn't last all year. He looked great early in the year. Artwork real quick says there's too much money involved for these outcomes not to be left to chance, period. There's absolutely no way it's not rigged or controlled. Here's what I'll say. What he's saying essentially is it's WWE. Now, that's insane. He's saying everything is choreographed. Every score is predicted. Like, dude, no, there's too many people involved. It's impossible. Some things may be tampered with. I don't know which. You don't know which. So to say that for you to say you know is insane. For me to say I know is insane too. I think
you don't know until it happens. I'm saying, Rob, I'm sorry. If you have a half a brain, you can call it out as it happens. Like it is very obvious when it happens in real time. But for you to sit there and maybe I'm not going to argue that either. But the real thing is, if we're betting money on this, you don't fucking know until it happens. So again, even if I believe shit's rigged to a point, I don't know enough. To your point, I don't know exactly what is rigged and what isn't to put my money and my ideas into play with that because you don't know until
you think a player You think a third-year player that makes $3 million a year, that's vying for a contract, is going to fumble the ball on purpose and probably cost himself millions just because the NFL tells him to? You get what I mean?
I would say a 4th-round running back who's a nobody would. Yeah.
Then they're going to be out of the league, man.
One fumble? No, I don't think so.
Look, I don't know, man. Look at
Really?
DeMarcado.
New England Patriots are New England Patriots. Boom, right there for you.
I'm saying like there's a lot of examples of this, and like the players aren't.
I know.
Maybe some are, but there's no way.
The whole NFL is not rigged. That's impossible to do. But there are many things that are tampered with that should be.
Maybe we don't know. We don't know.
Way over our head.
Yeah, and I actually, like I said, I don't care. I'm crushing. Follow my bets. I'm crushing. We crush in fantasy every year on this channel. So if it's rigged, keep on rigging it, baby, because we are coming out on top. And Ray, you killing fantasy as well. So let's fucking go. Ron says my man got offered Zay Flowers for DeAndre Swift. You approve? I want Zay Flowers over DeAndre Swift all day and twice on Sunday. If it's PPR, 100% of the time. Zay Flowers is spending right now.
I mean, if you have complete dump running backs, but like. Well, no, it means it means you're getting, do it all day. Run to the fucking hills and do it all day.
Cruz
Zay Flowers wide receiver run.
Cruz, I can't get to your comment. I'm gonna say it though. I don't want to lose my spot in the chat. Refs can control the game and adjust momentum. It's the ref, not the players. Now I'll get on board with that.
Yeah, that's 100%.
The players aren't.
If anything,
some players
right
might,
on that.
But the refs can. That's for sure. But if you're looking at a really lopsided game, they can't. If a team was going to win 48-0, like just based on talent and like game plan, they can't make that to where the losing team that was going to have 0 has 24 because the refs. Like that's impossible. Like Tim Donaghy couldn't do that in the NBA, bro. You can affect the outcome though in close games, especially, and we see that with the Chiefs. Not to call it the Chiefs, but I'll say one thing about Ron for Zay Flowers. He had a touchdown on his 6th target of the year, first game, 6th target. He has not had another touchdown since. So that's why you trade for Zay Flowers. That's why you listen to this show. Zay Flowers, and he's not a touchdown guy, right? You get 3 or 4 a year. Well, he's got 1, and he's going to have his 3 or 4, maybe 5. So you're going to get the upside of that. Also, you get Lamar coming back, easy schedule. I love Zay Flowers. Max, the quarterback for the Vikings, Max Brosner. Thank you, Jamie, my dude. Clips versus Hawks is just tied with 5 minutes left in the 4th. Thank you, Mark. Hit that like button. Yeah, we have 17 likes. We got like a fucking 500 people in here. A total so far. What the hell? Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, too. I've actually lost a subscriber somehow since being on here. Wacky wild stuff.
Sorry, I added the 17th like.
Thank you. Pitts or Knox?
Oh. Right now, this week, I'm going Knox. Because like you said, with Kincaid going to be out for a little while. Just because, again, dude, like, Pitts hasn't really, like, He's not. First off, he hasn't been like awful like he was like for a long time, but he's still just getting you 12 to 8 points and a low being like 3 to 5. You know, like so basically his floor is 3 to 5. His ceiling seems to be like 10 to 12. Which to be honest, in the fantasy landscape, if that's your worst position, you can get 10 points a week out of your worst position, then you're fucking golden. But he's very inconsistent. I would go Knox until Kincaid comes back.
Here's the issue, though. Let's say it's a 12-team league. He doesn't want to roster 2 tight ends. I would just go Pitts because Pitts
is very close.
When Kincaid comes back, you're getting nothing. I would
just roll with Pitts. But the opportunity will be there for Knox over Pitts, right?
In a vacuum, I want Knox, but rest of the season, I want Pitts. And I don't think Pitts is really a bad play because Mooney's doing nothing. Pitts is fine. No. Pitts is still a top 12 guy. I think Knox has the ability to almost do like a Mark Andrews, right? Where he has 3 catches and 2 touchdowns, those kind of things for the next couple of weeks. CK, can I finally drop Mason? 10-team PPR, 10-team league. I think you can drop him. He's nothing more than a handcuff. Yes. And I prefer the other handcuffs better because we actually know they're going to ball. Give me Tyler Algier. Give me Blake Corum over him all day.
But I'm saying if 12 or 14-team league, I still would hold on to him. That's just me. But a 10-team league,
he can almost be playable too.
I'm saying like a real quick, like in that 10-team league, CK, like I'm in my high school league. Zach Charbonnet was on the free agent wire 3 weeks ago. So like, of course, I picked his ass up. So I'm just saying, like, there's got to be somebody who's more worthy to keep on your team than that. So yes, drop him and try to find somebody else. Because even with Aaron Jones out, he was still not like you thought. Oh, he'd do great. I had him in Rob's league. He was dumb. So find somebody with better upside.
GT says the Earth is as flat as Eddie Lacy's belly. That's not very flat. We're not gonna get into it now. Me and Ray, if you want to go back in the channel, we do have a flat Earth episode where me and Ray mostly yells at me for 40 minutes. Pretty good episode. We're gonna do another stream with Hastings. Now that I know Hastings, maybe he's probably a pseudo one. He's not really 100%. It sound like, but he's like converting apparently. And
was I 100%? I'm pretty sure I told you I was like 80-20, but hey.
Yeah. I think I would guess that you're more flat Earth than he is at this point. But Hastings is also like a very level-headed, like chill dude. So it's a little surprising that like he doesn't seem like the type that would be a flat earther. So I'm curious to see what he says. We'll get to that in the winter. But yeah, I'm excited. Those are good episodes.
You thought you were surprised when he brought it up.
Jason says
when he brought it up, I did not see that coming.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Jason G's, these guys. Well, again, I'm not a flat earther, Jason, but we've been to the moon. Well, I'll say this. I do believe we've gone to the moon. We've been nine moon landings, whatever. I'll tell you this right now, and I do believe this, that the first one was not real. At least the footage was not real. That's for sure. I do believe we have gone there. But the first one, that was Stanley Kubrick, bro. I mean, it was watch the.
I mean, real quick, this is back of what you're saying. Red Hot Chili Peppers literally sings about it. I'm saying like the first moon landing, filmed in a Hollywood basement.
I think we've gone there at one point. I don't think all 9 are fake, but the first one is what I'm talking about. That's the most publicized one that like changed everything. It was huge for history.
Well, Rob, this is the last thing I'll say. We'll move it on. How did they film that thing getting blasted off from the moon? Who filmed it?
They left the camera there. You didn't know, right? I traded Marvin Harrison for Higgins. All right, I traded Marvin Harrison. For Higgins.
Dude.
Ooh, wait, that's really close. I want Marvin Harrison over Higgins.
Yeah, I would say I would have probably kept Marvin Harrison too, but right now, it looks like that Joe Flacco is starting to like turn over his ways a little bit from just going Jamar Chase 20 targets to Higgins getting more his like he was getting like 4 to 5. He's getting more like 8 to 10 ish. So at least hopefully.
In the chat,
I see
80-20 question mark ground beef something meats.
Nah, bro, I'm 85-15, bro. You need to just enough that fat to get that grease in, baby.
Oh,
that 80-20, you gotta pour out that grease. You gotta degrease the
Jason
beef.
Says we won the space race, America. Yeah, and whether we went there or not, we did fucking win it because as far as everyone knows, we went there, right? Well, as far as everyone knows, Kennedy's assassination.
Jason also that's the reason. Like that was the main reason we faked it to tell Russia, "Fuck you, we won." Like.
I am happy about that part of it. Michael says, would you rather have T. Higgins or Olave rest of season? This is going to be scoring dependent. This is scoring to full PPR. Give me Olave for sure. Half in standard. I don't know who plays standard, but in standard, I want T. Higgins. In half, it's close. It's real close. I think I want to go Olave in half, though. Olave is just good, man.
Dude, you know what? Hey, can you give me the quarterback's name again, dude? I can never sure how to pronounce it.
Tyler Shuck.
Shuck. Is it just Shuck? Yeah, so him.
Shuck. He finally Joe, but it's Shuck.
Shuck, yeah. So he clearly figured out that Olave is talented this weekend. So let's hope that continues.
Air says, is McMillan a must sit now? No, I actually think McMillan's a buy low right now, and he played through a hamstring injury. Now Bryce Young's awful, but we've seen Bryce Young play better. He's a really streaky player. He does it in little stretches, right? And right now, in this whole year, has been a bad stretch. Even though they're winning 500, right? McMillan's fine. He'll have better days ahead. He's going to catch touchdowns. He's going to have big games. I wouldn't sit him. I would sit him for Marvin Harrison or Chris Olave or some of those guys. But I wouldn't just be benching him to start like Parker Washington. Even though I love Parker Washington, not doing that.
Rob answered my answer what I was going to say. The dude is he is an elite talent. You just don't sit elite talents, okay? I understand. Like literally, that's why I was saying I was just backing Chris Olave up. Chris Olave is an elite talent. I've believed in the guy since he got drafted. He's been good every time he just gets hurt a lot of these concussions over the years. But nonetheless, what I'm getting at is that you don't sit the better talent. Tet is a great talent. Don't sit him like he just like Rob just said for just like a Josh Down. There's just some random dump that just like is a streaky streamer like for a good matchup. Like unless you have a real legitimately like a close better backup, that's when you would sit him. Otherwise, don't just pick up a streamer and sit him. I wouldn't do that.
Dixon says, how does it feel to not know ball? That's pretty cool, man. It feels great. I'm on here 3 hours a night, just talking out my ass. I don't know any players. Tyler Shuck, who's that? I don't know that. I don't know the third string running back on the Colts. I know all these things. I'm killing it in betting. I'm killing it in fantasy. 22-3 this week. Every year. So that's fine. Good for you. Also, Dixon, come on the show. I'd like to talk ball with you. Actually, I'll throw that out there. I for Patreon users only, but also I want to get some morons on here that talk shit about people that actually know ball. I just want to hear him. He probably looks like a hermit, like a little troll that lives in his mom's basement, and he doesn't know ball. I guarantee anyone that says that doesn't know ball, because if you know, then why are you saying that about someone else? You clown. There it is. Even if A.J. Brown was covered on the long passing play, he hardly made any effort. Yeah, dude, the effort of A.J. Brown, that's shit we're talking about. And I hate throwing around the dog reference, right? That guy's a dog. This guy isn't a dog, because it's kind of subjective. But A.J. Brown does not look like a dog at all. He looks like a poodle. That's
Honestly,
the fucking knowledge for you, Dixon.
Well, dude, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, he just looks like he's just totally uninspired, bro. Like, he just doesn't give a shit, which is absolutely crazy, man. You're on a Super Bowl winning team. You're literally a top 5 NFL team, and if you cared, you could be a top 5 talent in the NFL. But he just doesn't, and he just, yeah, I don't know, man. He got paid and doesn't give a fuck. Oh, I read that. Don't you worry.
Big Ray gets that 10-pound meat rocket from Costco, 90-10, puts it in the freezer and forgets about it, and gets 5 rotisserie chickens and chows down on them, and then eats the 10-pound frozen meat later. Fuck yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing is that when I get that 10-pound log, I just give it some good old Ray loving to make sure that it gets its proper grease in. Since it's 90-10, I got to get that extra grease integrated into there. You know what I mean? Like, Ray's personal.
I've never actually eaten a Ray home cooked meal, but I could guess there's a lot of butter involved.
Butter?
My brother-in-law's the same. Yeah, like if you make mashed potatoes,
Butter?
they're buttered up.
You mean like Ross in South Park? I'm stuck butter. Get the butter, and they like just grease up to get them through the door.
Thank you, Jason. We're 1 away from a chug, Ray. Get your shit ready. We'll do that before we're done here.
Jason, you're a funny guy, aren't you?
Jason's
fucking
awesome.
Jason
is, God, what a guy. I think Jason's been drinking a little tonight, so we love Jason when he's drunk.
I just think, Rob, I really think that you just instigated after that picture. You just opened up the floodgates for Ray to get raid.
Hey, man,
so
it's a great picture. Hey, no, actually, blame Mikey, because it was Mikey's idea. No, was it Mikey's idea?
No, it wasn't. It was yours. I just didn't have the picture. Mike did.
Oh, yeah.
So fuck you.
Why did I say that? Oh, because it was Halloween. That's
right? What it was, yeah.
That's why. So at least give me
No,
some
first off,
credit.
everybody, I'm just joking with him because I could give a shit. It's just funny because Rob's Rob. If you guys can't tell, again, me and Rob have been good friends.
Ray's Ray, yeah.
We've been how long have we actually been good friends? I'd say at this point probably about 15 years. We've known each other longer than that, but like actually been good friends.
No. It's more like it's 11
10 years.
It's the start of XFL, the first night. Where we knew each other, and then we were the last ones up. We were in the hot tub at 8 a.m, still drinking.
And then doing other things, doing extracurricular things as well.
Well, not sex stuff, but yes. Remember the
not sexual things, everybody.
You remember the fire day where it was cold? We do this in September, like end of August, and it was like it got down to like 38 degrees at night, and we ran out of firewood, so we literally did like an hour scavenger hunt, and we were like literally getting every twig we could find in this giant 3-acre yard. We like survived out there because we didn't want to stop drinking. We didn't want to wake people up inside because it was 5 a.m. And we went to McDonald's for breakfast. It was great.
Yes, dude. No, so Rob's right. Rob's right. That's exactly that's when everything changed.
Can we get a shirt that just says Rob's right? By the way, gentlemen, announcement to make. My mom and sister are pretty good at like making custom shit. They're gonna start making all my merchandise. Like the hats I already ordered the hats, but like a bunch of shirts with like Get Raid, a Tiny Dancer shirt. I got to get a little more funds going on here first, but I will in the next like 6 months. I'm gonna get a whole apparel line, Professional Fanatics. Inside jokes, good shit, and it's actually pretty quality stuff too. And it'll be rather cheap because they're making it. So you just gotta pay for the materials. I'm not. But
they're not cheap. So don't use your sister and your mom and the word cheap in the same sentence. Let's just be courteous here.
Good call. Thank you. You caught me on that one. You got me.
All right, I'm sorry. Go on.
Devontae and Goddard are having career seasons. AJ Brown's the problem. Yeah, dude, Goddard's killing.
What did he do tonight?
No,
what were his numbers tonight?
it wasn't much, but it was like 5 for 40. I'm saying that's his floor, 9 PPR
No,
points.
right. No, but I was telling him yesterday, dude, he is a like the 1A in the red zone for them right now. Like he is a red zone god at the moment. Like tonight he didn't score, but he's got a lot of touchdowns.
There was no touchdowns to be had in this game, Ray. GT still holding Benson on my bench. We're fine with that. We love Benson. It's a little.
Sure.
I'm getting a little concerned. But
but Rob, I think that I think at this point he could be a league winner though, because even if he doesn't come back in the next week or two, or well, 2 weeks, I'll be really concerned. But let's say he doesn't come back this week, and then comes back next week, and then they ramp him up. I really think at that point, then he really could be a league winner, especially with Jacoby Brissett. Like I said, just being a professional quarterback, so then they can use. Start getting the run, established a bit more, and then at that point, opening up the pass game with the play action off pass game and everything. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not too worried about him at the moment, but I mean, at the same time, they know they're not going anywhere, so they might not rush him. And if they don't rush him, then he might not be a useless fantasy player.
Yeah, we don't know when he's coming back. I would say week 12. Would you agree, Ray? Not next week, week 12.
Probably.
All right, ready for this, Chuck? Here we go. Lovely. Is Travion Henderson from Steven? Is Travion Henderson a must start? Would you trade Garrett Wilson or Dunze for him? Well, Garrett Wilson, you could probably drop. He's out 3 to 4 weeks. I don't want anything to do with him coming back week 14 and playing him in fantasy with Justin Fields or Tyrod Taylor playing. So I think Garrett Wilson.
I mean, I wouldn't say I would totally drop him, but to your point, at this point, you probably need a deep league to keep him at this point. Or no, I mean, so here's the thing. Like we're going to be talking about, this is really come down to how much. I guess Rob answered the question earlier. They were playing. They gave Jennings the carries first out of the gate over Henderson, which is absolutely fucked. But that's what happened. Then he hurt his knee. He was out, so they were forced to give it to Travion. Yeah. And Travion. Now, as much as I know you shit on his performance, technically speaking, because you said it was just wide open holes, but fuck you. Like, whatever. I don't care.
I just said it wasn't anything special.
I know.
Numbers that indicate how
he didn't. He didn't. To your point, he didn't make a big juke or a big misdirection, whatever, to open a different hole to make that home run happen. But nonetheless, again, he was the passing option when Stevenson was there. If Stevenson is still coming, I don't know. I wouldn't say he's must start in a half PPR. Full PPR, I'd say he's a must-start flex option. Unless you're in a bye week situation, you could be start-worthy. It's a running back too. I mean, I have him in 2 leagues, and in your league, Rob, I'll need to start him. So I mean, I'm gonna be starting this guy. Admittedly, I just don't know. I'm not gonna be holding up the 30+ point production that he just gave out, and as that could be his ceiling again, but his floor could also be 4 points.
It's all about Stevenson, too. Let's be honest. It's all about Stevenson. I got a peek. Can you answer this question here and read it? You got it? It's all about
yeah. All right. So, do you think it's Bryce's fault that fans? So, here's the thing: is that I wouldn't say it's completely Bryce Young's 100% fault. It's that here's the thing: is that with the Saints and the Panthers themselves, the Saints right now they are playing as to where they have nothing to lose. So when you have nothing to lose when you play sports, you can play so loosely and not be tense at all. And at the same time, so that means that you can just play very freely, especially because they have a rookie quarterback and all these things. They can just sort of just do whatever they want to do and just try their best and have no repercussions per se. And with the Panthers right now, especially coming off that win in Green Bay, they're having some sort of expectations in Carolina right now. So it's one of those things that it's not all Bryce Young's fault, but Bryce Young is at this point, Bryce Young is trending to be more towards either his floor is going to be a lifetime backup quarterback, or his ceiling will be a top 5 or not top 15. I think his ceiling will be 15, a mid-average quarterback, or he could be Kyler 2.0. So I wouldn't blame it all on him. It's just that he does have a lot of blame for himself, but Carolina's just not. They're not a finished product by any means. They're just a building team. So
I agree with everything you said, honestly. And the thing is, they do have one thing to lose: the number 1 overall pick. So they keep on playing like this, they're
Right.
going to lose that, just like the Patriots did last year, which sucks.
really,
Mike,
I don't think.
Fantasy
Honestly, I don't think
football.
they're that mad about that, dude.
Why?
They have Drake May.
Oh, yeah. But I'm saying that they could have had they would have traded away. They had the number 1 pick. They would have just traded down, and they would have had another first-round pick. Although here's the thing: is they might have traded down and got Travis Hunter, which I don't know if that's I don't know if that's a good thing. You know, they got the offensive lineman. Fine.
Yeah. Hey, and you know what? He's fucking looking good, man. Will Compton, bro.
Look at Blake. He's heading out. I'm sure he's not in here to hear this, but Blake's such a nice guy. Shut up, Blake, media manager. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, it was a pretty heated Discord discussion there with some Eagles and Packers fans. Yeah, that's fine. We like that. It was also respectful. That's the key. And
well, again, dude, like
that.
first off, like, dude, you're a Packers fan. I would love. I mean, me and Blake have had we and him a private Discord chat together. Like, I've talked, like, it is what it is, but at the same time, you don't take it against them. You're just like, yeah, I fucking hate your team and I hate those players, but of course, I don't want that player to be hurt or this and that. It's just fun.
I hate
fun
your team.
banter.
I hate your players. I don't hate you. That's the
Correct.
key.
Yep.
Right. We got this. TB says, are we liking Chase Brown to go over 51.5 rushing yards against the Steelers? Is that line already out? There's no way that line's out. If that's the case, yeah, I like that a lot. 51,
especially with Samaje Perine, like pretty much at this point, not still looking so hot for being health wise. Yeah, I mean, the Steelers right now, again, dude, like it's just really funny because when the Steelers were hot in the beginning of the season, there was like all these like media things. When I say media things, like just people making videos, montage videos, and just the media themselves talking about them. And Aaron Rodgers isn't that. And they're basically saying how Aaron Rodgers and them were a renaissance team or him being a renaissance player, and that they're going to make a Super Bowl run. And here we are.
Here we are.
Oops.
Ray should throw in a bunch of meat references from now on. Like that's USDA approved defense. That's some lean offense, etc. Like that. Like that one. People that don't know the show might be that thing that's a little weird. But Cruz, shout out Cruz. Love you, Cruz. McMillan's first read percentage is amazing. Yeah, it's like top 3 in the NFL, I believe. But the problem is you got that pipsqueak though. We call him the jockey. Bryce Young's a jockey on the show. He needs to go ride some ride some horses. Let's see.
Hey, by the way, Rob, real quick, have you seen that dude who does the Colts like videos? This is our Colts. This is our team.
Oh,
we believe.
Dude. Send him in the Discord.
Dude, I fucking love that guy. I will send him that. It's just funny, man. Like especially because he said to break Aaron Rodgers' back, and he had to apologize about that.
Oh,
did you hear about that? When they played them last week, he said something about that, and he actually had to put a video out because people. Dude, I'm like, how soft is everybody? Fucking A, come on, that guy's like
very soft.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
Is Brock Bowers a panic at all? I'm a little panicked. I guess I'll say this. It's going to be between the first game was an aberration. And then the next game was an aberration. It's going to be 5 for 70, right? And if it gets in the end zone, it gets in the end zone. I'd rather have Trey McBride. With it's crazy because Brock Bowers is a better player, but the offense is just dead there. And Geno Smith's terrible. And like they showed you all that you need to know about Kenny Smallhands Pickett because Geno Smith couldn't walk. And this was a winnable game, and Geno Smith was at like 40%.
Dude, I felt bad for Geno, man. Like every time he was getting up, dude, he like couldn't even walk. Like I got honestly, I gained a lot of respect for him
because he couldn't. That was worse.
No, I gained a lot of respect for Geno at that game, dude. Like
I love Geno. He's a warrior.
Yeah.
The point is, Ray, is that showed you what they think of Kenny Pickett. Because if you had any competent backup, Gardner Minshew, any of those guys, you're taking out your 35-year-old quarterback that's been awful this year. Yeah, there you go. He's been awful. Geno's been awful this year, and he was on one leg and against the Broncos pass rush. Bro, you need to have some mobility back there. That just shows you that it's not going to get better if they bench Geno because Kenny Smallhands Pickett.
Real quick, Carroll's done, right? Pete Carroll, he's just like
he's done.
He's just too old.
Here you go.
You remember me possibly as a man with small hands. He had small hands. Do you remember that?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
What you remember is false. Yep.
Okay.
Big, masculine. My hands tell a story of greatness. And when you look at my right hand,
I'm gonna stop you right now.
When you look at, he was about to say, when you look at my right hand, you see this, and he was going to say,
Dude.
you look at my left hand.
Why are you throwing that on me right now, man? Are you kidding? I'm literally dying of laughter, bro. You cannot throw these ultimate fucking always stunning fucking things on me, dude. God.
If you guys have not watched Sunny, please check out that show. Watch it from start to finish, and you'll thank me later. Jason's got a good point. The drunken mind of Schwad's coming up with meat sweats is going to be an all-time seller for the shirts. Yes, it does. Dixon says this guy's got booted, but this guy has negative ball knowledge. Dixon, there's that, if you're going to throw shit out, again, I always say this, anyone's entitled to their opinion, but have some factual stuff behind it. What did I say that gives me no knowledge? That's all I ask. Is that too much to ask? Right? Like, it'd be like if someone calls me fat, I am pretty fat. I'm 250 pounds, but that's maybe not a good example, but just say, yeah, you're 250 pounds. You're fat. Like,
hey, real quick. Hey, Rob, what's a number that we could raise if with everybody with the channel? What's a big number that we would, if we had enough people donate, just a good old greasy, wrestling match between you and me in your backyard?
I'm not wrestling you. You're a fucking monster.
That doesn't
out of here.
For the channel? Come on now. Come on, Lee. Come on, man.
I can't play basketball. The car accident. I can't. I still have a torn ACL. I can't even run. So you're also 50 pounds more than me, and you're nimble. For that weight, you fucker.
I was just trying to help out the channel with money. That's all. I think we get a number.
I'd rather have a dick sucking competition. How much money did it raise for us to suck each other dicks? $100,000. Breezy says RJ Harvey or Kamara. Now if you might think it's if there's an injury at J.K. Dobbins, if he's out or he's out for like IR, it's Harvey. If he's playing this week, I'm still not taking him over Kamara. He has higher upside, but can you play him week to week? I can't trust it.
No, and especially because Shuck literally he went to him this week. He's finding out that he has people like Olave and Juwan Johnson and Kamara, more importantly, that can do it.
This is a
Jason Watson, baby.
I'm just picturing old school with blue.
Exactly.
Just like, come on, you pansy. Like, now I'll be done with that. How about this? I'll raise it. I'll do it with my wife. She got big cans. She looks good in a bikini. We'll just do that. And then Ray, if you want to wrestle her, that's fine. No penetration. Not to quote Sonny too much, but we're going to show it, guys. Full penetration. He's fighting crime, penetration, back to the lab, fighting crime, penetration, full penetration.
Full penetration. Oh my God. Always Sonny, bro. It's undefeated, dude. It's so good.
Here we go.
Jason really wants it, I can tell. He wants
Harvey, don't trust the guy. Hey, he says don't trust the guy with a nose ring. That is true. Have Benson 2 on IR. That's fine.
It's not a bad way of thinking in the NFL.
Cruz, a Blake versus J-Bob stream would have been gold during the game last night. They were going to have him. They were going ham in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, you're missing out. Yeah, Cruz, thank you. If you're not in the Discord, hit up the Patreon.
Please get in the Discord, man.
Because there's 60 of us in there right now. It is popping all the time. It's funny. It's entertaining. Shout out to the current members here, the current Patreon members. There you are. Shout out to you guys.
Well, and everybody, really importantly, if you're not in there, what Rob has done, like I said, it's not just one long chat of everybody just like throwing everything in. It's just like a long ending, chat. There is one chat like that, but there is everything broken down from gambling, trades, your lineups, free agency, waivers, anything. Like he breaks it down. So where you can just throw it in, and this isn't people who look at it will be able to answer your question right away and get in a chat with you.
Sack, Carolina has 5 wins. They're not getting the number 1 pick. The race for the number 1 pick is not within their realm of possibilities, because you have teams that have 1 win and 2 wins, and the Jets are going to be there, and the Saints are going to be there, and the Browns are going to be there. And Carolina, no, they're going to get like a 9th overall pick. Maybe
the Vegas Raiders have a better chance of getting than Carolina.
Oh, Raiders for sure will. Jason says, speaking of piercings, Big Ray, you have a Prince Albert. You know what that is, right?
No.
It's a dick piercing. It's like chicks get their clit pierced, guys get their dick pierced. Prince Albert, yeah.
Yeah, definitely not. I would never want a needle going through my dick.
I don't know why they have that name. There must have been a prince somewhere that got it done first, and it's just like it's like Lou Gehrig's disease. It's just Prince Albert. Like,
why they call him Eskimo Joe? I don't know. Maybe he was left out in the cold. His name was Joe. I don't know.
Jay Moore, Ridley has a hamstring. We haven't heard any news. They just had a bye week though, week 10. So I don't expect he plays week 11, but he'll be back. And I don't know how much.
But to be honest, though, real quick with Ridley, it's like don't expect the biggest upside because Ward just hasn't shown much right now. Again, I'm not saying like rest of his career, but just right now they're just a bad team. So Ridley don't hold high expectations. I had him and I've dropped him in both leagues I had him in, and there's a reason for that. So.
Mark says if Dobbins is out this week, Harvey is a must start. Yeah, I would say that. Let me put it this way, Ray. Let's break it down like this, because this show goes outside the box score. I'm not going to give you yes or no answer, Mark, because you know what I do. Also, Mark, #1 super fan, shout you out, love you, bro. Let's just say that Stevenson's ruled out. Stevenson's ruled out next week, regardless of the matchup. Stevenson's ruled out next week, and then we have Dobbins ruled out next week. Are you more comfortable starting Harvey or Henderson? There, that's how you think things through. You get that?
So that means you're saying again, Dobbins and Stevenson are out. Who am I starting?
Between
I'm starting Henderson against the Jets.
Ooh, that's nice. And you're not actually going to know that because
it's Thursday night football. So anybody get healthy ain't happening.
Yeah. Okay. Good call. I think if it wasn't for the matchup,
this week, rest of the season, if that exact, what do you say, Dobbins and Stevenson aren't coming back, and if they do, they're much of nothing, and the other two overtake. Yeah. I would probably at that point then say RJ Harvey. Oh God, it's so hard though. If it's a guarantee that Henderson is the guy, I believe in Henderson more. It's just that I don't believe in the fact that I believe in more. Let's put it this way: I believe more in the fact that Sean Payton has more faith in RJ Harvey than Vrabel has in Henderson.
Yeah, they might bring someone in like this would be RJ Harvey's job, even though Henderson has more draft capital. It's a wild world we're living in, wild world. But I would say for your question, Mark, Harvey is a must start. He would be in the top 20, which essentially makes him a must start. Gabbert, Bortles, or Lawrence? Man, Gabbert's the worst. Bortles did lead that team to an AFC Championship game. And that was on the heels of a great defense. I think it's none of the above. Can I say that?
First off, the answer is real easy. Out of the three, it's Bortles. First off, because he did bring him somewhere or another, and he's the biggest bro. And like, if you've seen the guy on Barstool, the guy's a G.
GT, football. I wouldn't pay to watch that.
They all suck.
GT, I agree. I wouldn't expect you to watch. Now, if it was me, my wife, I'll just do a fucking porn. How about that? I'll do a fucking essentially a OnlyFans style, me railing her out. I gotta wait for her to be real drunk because she probably won't say yes. That sounds terrible. It's my wife though. Okay, not my wife. And no,
I love Erica.
She'll probably be like, oh, yeah, we can film this, and you can send it to your followers, and I'll be, oh yeah, let's do it. Here we go. Jay says Rob's records on his picks are the real thing. He knows ball. Yeah, and the thing is, I'm actually a much better fantasy player than I am gambler. My picks are legit, but like my history of fantasy is 12 years long of one losing season, which was a really rough season. But I am trending right now, Ray, and I could probably make the playoffs in 20 of 24 leagues, which is 12-team leagues. I know half the teams make it, but like literally, if you do the math, you should make the playoffs in 12 if you just flip a coin. So like that's elite company. And Ray knows. And also, Ray, we have a big matchup this week in our league. In my league, I have 2 leagues I commit. She's in one of them. We're both 9-1.
So we are 9-1, and everybody. Let me put it this way: before this week started, we were both 8-1, and the next closest teams were 5-4, and it's a 10-man league. Went down to 1-9 or 1-8, and then in our other league that we're in, we're both also sitting at the top. Well. With Lutz somehow or another, dude. What the hell, dude? Come on.
I'm not worried. My team's moving on with it. Neighbors and Burrow.
Right.
We got Chaz in here. The Chaz 6-point passing TD. Flacco at Pitt or Tua against Washington. I'm going Flacco. I'm not chasing Tua. Like I get the matchup's nice with Tua, but you're not starting Tua, right? You can't trust it.
No.
Joe
No.
Flacco's balling out. He scored 40 points in terms of the team. Has scored
Well,
40 points the last two
Again,
games.
well, in a vacuum, dude, like I'm always taking Flacco. He is a quarterback. Tua is an okay quarterback. Flacco, at this point, dude, I'm not gonna lie. He's not gonna make the Hall of Fame, but there was probably always that bullshit argument when I'm saying like, oh, he won the Super Bowl. People are like, oh, like now there's a legitimate argument for him to make it. He shouldn't make it, but he's a Hall of Very good now.
Yeah, no, he's borderline, bro. He's got the Super Bowl, he's got the epic run, he's got a Super Bowl MVP, and he's got longevity. And he's coming back. It's not just with one team. He's doing it with the Browns. Now he's doing it with the Bengals.
Dude,
like
that's what I'm gonna say. The Browns are
Browns. Like, the Browns are terrible. So we're going. I know Washington's defense looks terrible. I'm still going Flacco.
Flacco
there,
all
I don't
day.
think it was a bad start. You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy. I'd love the rendition of Dust in the Wind there from Will Ferrell.
So good.
That's my favorite. That is my favorite Will Ferrell performance, even ahead of Step Brothers personally, just because it's the perfect amount. Not saying I hate a full, like, Jim Carrey and Sandler, some of those guys, Chris Farley especially. I love their full-on roles when they're just the whole star. Will Ferrell is a bit too much for me as a full-time hour-and-a-half character. I like Will Ferrell as a 40-minute character, especially like 30. Giving me like the fourth lead is the best because he just cooks the whole time. And that's the perfect example, right? He's in the movie a lot. He's like the third most important character.
He didn't like semi-pro.
That's too. I'm only seen it a couple times. Talladega Nights. I'm saying it's just too much. It's too much of him. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm comparing it to a contemporary.
I don't know.
Jim Carrey.
He's not your cup of tea, is what you're getting at. Like compared to others, like you like him, but you like other tea better than his tea.
I think that the joke goes too long with him for an hour-and-a-half movie. Like now, Old School was just perfect though. The thing is, like, I could have seen an hour-and-a-half of Frank the Tank. That I could see an hour. I could see 10 hours of Frank the Tank, baby.
Or his character in Eastbound and Down, dude.
I thought maybe we could, get together and put the Cisco CD on. Cruz says, who goes number one in the draft next year? Who they tanking for? Well, it was supposed to be Arch Manning Cruz. That ain't happening. He's terrible. It's going to be Mendoza.
From IU, ain't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that quarterback from IU right now, right?
Yeah, like, he's the real deal. He's 22.
By the way, Rob, I know there's we have not like a ton of like younger people watching this, but we do have an audience of younger people than us. I just can't believe the fact that we're talking that an Indiana quarterback is even a first round pick. Nonetheless, first overall potential and Heisman winning potential. But that's what the NIL has brought, and that's what Mark Cuban has brought to that fucking university. And that at this point, dude, I think Indiana is going to be a team to like stay for college
Cruz,
play.
That's more of a story question though. Again, like I don't like act like I know what I'm talking about.
I know more than the average person.
Story is college football knowledge is what I know in the NFL. And the crazy thing is Story's NFL knowledge is almost up to par with mine. That dude is just a genius. Also has four degrees. Not that makes a difference, but he's a very smart.
Oh, so I'm not a genius.
I didn't realize it. Well, Ray, you're the most entertaining, like you're the most lovable, entertaining guy.
Don't you? Whoa! Don't you worry. I know I'm not a genius. I'm me.
You know a lot about meat. Mark says comparing. I totally forgot.
I said I'm me, you asshole.
Comparing Lou Gehrig's disease to Prince Albert. Only you, Rob. I forgot I did that. That's actually a pretty random comparison. That's pretty funny though. Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, that's awesome,
all the time.
Dude.
I don't think, and that's just what I do. And instead of saying OnlyFans, GT saying only hams.
Yeah, only hams.
Well, Gabbard did win a Super Bowl as a backup and helped Brady walk off from the boat parade. Yeah, Brady was hammered. Remember that clip of him on the boat? Good for you, Tom Brady. I loved Eric Berry, Jay Moore. Eric Berry was great.
By the way, that throw of the Super Bowl trophy between Gronk and him, my God. That's how you know that Tom Brady's the GOAT. He was absolutely hammered and just threw the fucking trophy over water to a drunk Gronk.
I'll say this real quick. We have a chug coming up here in a second, Ray. Do you have another one?
Yeah.
Ready?
I got a 12-pack. We're not ready, but
Jay Morris asked if we're fans of Eric Berry. We love Eric Berry. I'll say this. I was more of a fan of Sean Taylor, though. Rip Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor was going to be one of the best of all time.
Sean Taylor is literally. Sean Taylor would have been so. For me and Rob's generation of millennials, if Sean Taylor never died, and we could have picked all-time starting safeties. It's Ed Reed, Sean Taylor, free safety, starting and strong safety, not even close, and that's the end of story.
I love Ed Reed. Oh.
Am I wrong, Rob? Am I wrong? I'm saying all time.
I like prime Palomalu, but he was too much of a renegade out there. But like some of the plays he made was just like he was unlike any other player because he was all over the fucking field, like in a good way, in a bad way sometimes. Jason says the other guys is an all-time classic, Dirty Mike.
Yes, very good.
I'm not a fan of the other guys. I know you probably would be. I'm not a fan of it.
Really?
I'm not. Nah, it's just too.
You're not chasing waterfalls. That's TLC. You don't find that funny?
I probably would. I got to give it another chance. I've only watched it twice. This is way back in the day, so maybe I got to give it another chance. So
wait. So when you went back in the day, when was the last time you watched it?
Oh, 10 years ago.
Please give it at least one. All right, this is it. Give it one more shot. You'll know if you don't like it, you don't like it.
I love Mark Wahlberg. I love Mark Wahlberg. So like, I love Ted.
Well, him and Michael Keaton are so good in that movie. Like Will Ferrell is.
The other guy's better than Ted.
It's different, but it's different, but almost just as Ted's much better, but it's differently funny. I love it, dude. I mean, I love the other guys. I think it's great. It's not like it's one of the better newer comedies. When I say newer, I know that's like a 2013, 14 comedy, but unfortunately, in my eyes, that's a newer comedy because what we grew up with were the last of the great comedies. So,
is this a quote from the other guys? Sig got me buzzing. Got the boys buzzing. Google me, I win. Is that a quote from the movie?
I believe so.
All right, here we go. GT got the goal here. GT's killing. Thank you, dude. GT, you can just say anything you want to. I appreciate, but if you're gonna just do it, just give us something. Anything. It could be anything. Your bio, your backstory, the type of chicks you like. You like double D tits. You like the
new bath mats are in GT. Jason. Oh, you guys are funny, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, Jason's he's got my kind of humor. Actually, I think he's funnier than me. I'm very quick. I think he's funnier than I am.
Well, I'm funnier than you.
So. Yeah, you might be actually. You might be. I'm quicker. I'm quicker though, Ray. That's what matters.
Of course. Yeah.
I last 10 seconds. I'm a 2-pump chump.
When in doubt, peeky out.
All right, I can maybe do one more, and then that's got to be it for me. I was drinking at my sister's watching the game, so I've already had like 12. I know I always just seem sober because I'm a tank. I'm Frank the Tank, if you will.
Well, I guess I can see. I didn't really drink all that much today, so that's 3 beers. So
the Chaz, Mahomes or Mayfield for a passing touchdown. Mayfield. I know Mayfield's against the Pats. I don't know all the matchups yet because I haven't looked ahead. I know Mayfield's against not the Pats. He's against the Bills. So I don't know if I necessarily like that.
I need to go to the bathroom. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I got it. And then we have the Chiefs are at the Broncos without Patrick Surtain. Give me Mahomes. Coming off a loss. Give me Mahomes, Sven. Sup, fellas? Love being here. Oh, it's Chaz. Hi, Chaz. Honey, do you think KFC's still open? Get in the car. Big Ben or Phillip? This is definitely Big Ben. I'm gonna go with the guy that's won some rings. So I can't go Phillip. His numbers are probably better. Big Ben is a winner and had similar numbers. Better talent as well. Yeah, Chaz will be on Wednesday night, gentlemen. Chaz is on Wednesday. Ben is coming on tomorrow. So Ray will probably be on that show later as well. He'll probably finish the second half for me. Gadsden an easy sit this week after day-to-day quad issue. Yeah, here's the thing, James. They have a week 12 bye. They're coming off 3 wins in a row. He's a big part of what they're doing there. So why would they play him? They have a bye week 12. They sit him this week 11, that is, then get him right, full health week 13. So I would just say Gadsden probably not playing. If he does play, maybe a sit. Was Cam Brate that caught it, Big Ray? Cam Brate, love that guy. No, I don't think. I mean, he'll have a role. He'll be the change of pace back, James, but not like a guy you're willing to start. So, man, Jay Moore, this is a good one, bro. Who had a better career, CJ? That's Chris Johnson or Jamal Charles. You know what would be a third one to add in there is Jamal Lewis. But let's talk about these guys, similar backs, so really fast, small backs. Well, I'll say this. Jamal Charles, I think, is still the all-time leader in yards per carry, like at 5.6 or some shit. And who knows? Maybe Jonathan Taylor breaks that if he plays a couple more years because he's on a pace for that. I gotta wait for Ray on this one because I'm gonna look up the old Football Reference here, and let's see.
What's the question?
Who had a better career?
So Jamal Charles has one of the highest all-time. I think he might have the all-time highest.
I just said that highest of all time.
Yeah. So and then I would say overall though, I think it was CJ2K.
So we have 119 games, 7. God, Jamal Charles, he got hurt. He got an ACL in the middle of his career. But
by the way, I'm sorry to regurgitate that, but isn't that nice that I just knew that right off the top of my head?
Look at you. That's like me when I'm talking a story and I'm talking about an obscure player and I said to college before he does. And like, cause he's a college guy, 7,000 yards. So Chris Johnson's gonna have a way higher like career. Only one double-digit touchdown year, 44 touchdowns. What about
now the real question is, Rob, who would have had a better career if they were equally healthy with the equal amount of time played?
I think
I'm probably going Jamal Charles, to be honest. Because at that point, he would have ended up with Reed at some point if he had an 8-year, 9-year career.
Chris Johnson, he only had 10,000 yards rushing. Yeah, it's Chris Johnson.
It's Chris Johnson's career.
Like the fact that little dude had such a workload, right?
By the way, did you ever have any Jamal Charles back in the day?
Oh, 100%, bro. I loved him.
Yeah. Me too, dude.
So efficient. Signetti, the head coach of Indiana, shaking my head, Rob. Who is Signetti?
He's the head coach of freaking Indiana. He's a stud. Fuck you, Jason. I love that guy. He's a smug ass. I love him, dude. He's so fucking funny, dude. And he clearly knows what he's doing, man. I mean,
yeah, clearly. All right, where are we at here? Yeah, so I think the answer is CJ, but Jamal Charles, might have been a better player, better all-around player. It's so hard. What do you think?
That's in
their prime. 1 year, you can only have one of them.
Oh, then it's CJ2K. That's why he's named CJ2K.
Well, that's true. 2K.
I'm just saying, one season, Jamal Charles' best season was elite, like in one of the all-time great seasons. But it wasn't CJ2K. That season, if you had him in fantasy, you won every year. Or if you didn't, by the way, how bad were you at fantasy that year when you drafted him and you didn't win that league?
Pretty bad. Yeah, it's rough when you have the all-timers because usually you just can't. If you have Jonathan Taylor this year, now if he struggles or gets hurt, you wouldn't win. He'll get you there, but you might not win. But if he goes all year, you got to really suck not to win.
Can I just give a quick? When I say real quick, I'm going to do my best 30-second Ray eulogy of this. I just want everybody to understand. This is why I love fantasy football, because my high school league that I've been in now for 20 years, I played my buddy Justin Godarzi, and he calls me at 10 o'clock or 10:15 on Sunday that he had Jonathan Taylor. He's calling me to gloat, of course, because Jonathan Taylor just clearly. And by the way, in my high school league, it's a half PPR 10-man league, but we have a lot of bonuses. So like if players like Jonathan Taylor had this week. Jonathan Taylor had 59 points in our league. So he had bonuses, so he had more points than most people had. For that had him in his league. So he called me to gloat. And when he called me, I told him, can you just leave me alone? It's 10:15. I'm just waking up after our long stream on Saturday. I'm trying just to wake up. And then of course, here I am. I just beat his ass 168 to 144. So my point is, don't let any Thursday, Saturday, Sunday morning games get you down. If you have players that are good, at least worthy players, you're never down and out. Because my whole team didn't play. That's why he was talking shit. And I just didn't really think I was totally down and out. My team just stepped up. So,
yeah, I remember the Alvin Kamara 5-touchdown game on Christmas.
Yep.
I won. That was a semifinal. It wasn't a home league. It was just I wasn't playing Fantrax. I was playing whatever the other platform I was playing. And I won a matchup, and I had no one going. Wow. It was just he had one, and he scored. It was full PPR, so I think he scored 60 or something. And obviously, his team's good too. It wasn't just Alvin Kamara. This is a semifinal in the playoffs, and I put up like 190, and he had put up like 170. So I think he had two guys get hurt, right? Where it was just like the projected odds, it was like a 92% favorite because he was already projected to beat me by 10. And he had his running back, Kamara get 60 points or 58 points. So it's never over. It just sucks to start the week like that. Because I've also had times where I have a giant lead and you lose, right? I've lost to teams. Here's the thing. I've lost to teams. And a lot of these leagues, again, home leagues, technically everyone sets their lineup because it's like friends. But these public leagues, bro, when people are limited, they don't set their lineups. I have lost to teams that are fielding only 7 players out of 10. Like I lost a matchup to a guy that was in last place. I needed a win to get in. I lost to him because he had like 2 guys go off for 30 and he ended up scoring like 130. So it's like shit happens, dude. Shit happens.
By the way, Jason is 100% right. He said Ray was still boozed up Sunday morning in the Patreon. I believe it was 8-ish your time, 9-ish my time. Yeah.
Were you boozed up from the night before?
Yeah.
Oh, that was our 4-hour stream.
Yeah, right. I just woke up like it was huh?
What were you saying?
I don't know. I don't even remember. I just remember waking up, probably saying something about get ready.
You know what's
it wasn't
bad?
anything bad. I think it was definitely something about just getting ready.
You're fucked up when people can tell you're drunk when you text them. That's it's like how if you're so drunk and you dream you're drunk in your dreams. Have you ever had that? Where like you're so drunk and you're just dreaming drunk. Like not saying like you're drunk in your dreams, literally. Even though you're not drinking, you're just like, damn, I'm hammered, walking around doing whatever. I've had that too. So.
Oh yeah. Well, was Bateman a first or second round pick? He was a first round pick, wasn't he? Rashad Bateman.
Rashad Bateman. I think he was like 27th overall, man.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he was a late first rounder. Jay Moore his ass in the chat. Sorry, go on to the next shit.
Drake London is
stud.
I had so many takes on Drake London. I was feeling really stupid taking him. I took him over.
This week, man.
I'll take the L on this one because Drake London's got hurt a little bit, but I still do stand by this. I took Drake London over Puka and St. Brown in a lot of spots this year, and that looks terrible. Even though Puka's gotten banged up, but St. Brown's had a couple down games. We've seen in the full game.
If he never got hurt, and if that team just wasn't shittily coached, like if Ben Johnson was in Atlanta, you wouldn't be saying that. We'll just leave it at that.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if he didn't get hurt, that he.
I said that. I know. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
he got hurt. He missed the last 2 drives, and then he missed a game, and then he also played hurt for 2 games before the bye. Those were his worst games, and the one Penix game. But again, that Penix is part of the equation because I knew going in Penix was his quarterback, so I can't use that as an excuse. But the target share and the targets are better than both those players, and the ability is just as good. Drake London is an elite player.
Talent. I would say he's like the modern day. Like when I say this, I'm saying this lightly. So taking it grain of salt. And I say lightly, if I can put it in capital letters.
Can I guess the name you're going to say?
I already know you're going to. Yeah,
Larry Fitzgerald.
I was gonna go more Megatron just because on the size, like his hands.
Yeah, he's
not.
Like,
just the get up ability of like grabbing out of the air, or maybe no. How about this, Andre Johnson?
Ooh, yeah, taller Andre Johnson.
Hey, real quick, by the way, I saw that Michael Irvin. He put his. There was a. I don't know how old the clip was, but he was giving his top 5. He made an argument for Andre Johnson in his top 5 because he's like when Andre Johnson got introduced into the Hall of Fame, he talked to him. I mean, he talked to him before, but he talked to him after he got in, and he's like, "You are 1,000% deserving to be in here," because he's like, "I played with Troy Aikman. These guys played with Jerry Rice played with Joe Montana, Steve Young. These other elite guys played with elite quarterbacks. You played with nobody. I can't even. He's like nobody knows their quarterback names, and you're here." That goes a long way.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him kind of the same thing.
Yeah, right. I'm saying I wouldn't put him in my top 5, but I'm just saying like that's a great argument to be honest. Like that's not a bad argument to like put somebody like that in the top 5. But Andre Johnson, I would say, is a more because when Andre Johnson was peak like athleticism, he was about as maybe Drake was a little faster than he was. You know what I mean? But like with that type of style, big bodied, big hands, jump ability.
Sven, I feel you, man. That was probably me telling you to start Panthers over Philly this week because I think everyone was going to do that. Panthers defense against a Rashid Shaheed-less New Orleans Saints team that is just terrible. Weren't the Panthers at home? The Panthers were at home too, Ray. Like that was he lost by 5. He would have won if he kept Philly in. No one saw this low scoring of a game.
No, it's dog shit game.
No one saw this. And no one saw the Panthers losing. And regardless, I like the matchup there. It didn't work out. Streaming defenses are fucking rough, man. I'll say this. I was lucky enough to start the Jets defense in like 6 spots this week. And they got 23 points because they had 2 return touchdowns. Fucking love it.
I guess I'll put it this way. There was a reason that I made a point. I'm in 4 leagues. I have Seahawks defense in 2. I didn't drop them in either league when they're on bye. There was a reason for that. Not to say streaming defense isn't a smart thing, because you can win a lot with doing that. It's just
when you have an elite defense. This has been a rough year for me. What is an elite defense? Because Denver hasn't been that good this year. They haven't.
Seahawks. They're an elite this year.
The Seahawks are, but they weren't drafted as such, if that makes sense.
No. Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we're always wrong on that's why you never draft them. That you never draft them, because the Ravens were drafted early this year too, which is always stupid. The Bills, like, no, it's not. You find one, you stick with them. And luckily, I found the Seahawks in quite a bit of leagues.
And you're right about that, though.
With finding my wife, I found the Seahawks defense. I found my wife. 2 awesome finds there. Jay Moore, how many points will Bijan score with the next huge game? They got to use that guy in the red zone. And again, I was being a little sarcastic when I said he's probably Bijan's strength isn't goal line and short yardage work. It's not. It's not saying he's bad at it. Tyler Algier is an elite. So I'm saying they're probably the same. I would say they're probably the same in terms of like 3rd and 1. In terms of getting the first down. Now, Bijan might break out a 6-yard, but we're talking about goal line stuff. They're probably the same. So I kind of understand what they're doing a bit in those situations, because like, why put Bijan through the punishment if you have Tyler Algier? But they go a little too far. It should be a Montgomery Gibbs 50-50 split in the goal line. They're doing 70% and 70% Algier, which is just wacky. You know why they do it though, Ray? You know why they do it on when it's on the 40-yard line? Because they have Bijan on the field and they use him like split out and they put him in motion.
Yeah, I know.
And then it really fucks the defense up. But on the goal line, it should be a 50-50 split. And it's not right now. And I don't get that. Also, maybe reward your best player with some tutters. Maybe do that. Make him happy. Now, Bijan's a great kid. I don't think he gives a shit. But us fantasy managers do give a shit. We do.
It's funny you brought that up, though, is because I was literally going to bring up what is the #1 Man of the Year trophy named after? Walter Payton Man of the Year. What was the only time Walter Payton ever was pissed off in his entire career? Super Bowl 20. Super Bowl 20. Everybody, if you don't know, if everybody doesn't know this, Walter Payton is literally one of the greatest human beings. I mean, as far as I can tell, to walk this earth. He was a great person, and especially as a football person. Amazing human being, and he was never mad. He was legitimately pissed off when the Bears blew the shit out of the Patriots in Super Bowl 20 in 85, or in January 86, that he didn't get a touchdown. He was legitimately mad about that. So I do think that is a point to where, like I'm saying, Bijan might get annoyed by that too, or perked by it,
Yeah. And here's why he was mad about that. It wasn't just that he didn't get a touchdown. That would be one thing if they blew him out and he didn't get the. It's because Fridge got the touchdown. And they brought in an defensive player, so Mike Ditka can be like, I'm smarter than everyone else. Look what I did. Look, I'm a celebrity. Right. Mike Ditka's a clown. He's a terrible coach. He's a bad person.
Hey,
also,
you fuck yourself.
The worst
no
GM
clown
in the world.
He may not be a great coach, but he ain't no clown. He's my Bears clown, baby.
He's a
rash, though. He's definitely a rash.
He's not responsible. He's about as responsible for the Bears championship as Jerry Jones is for the 3-peat or the 3 out of 4 they had in Dallas, dude. So I'm saying Buddy Ryan was the reason why, dude. That defense was the reason why. And one last thought.
If you want to talk shit about Mike Ditka, can you really just be real here and just be the real reason why he's a dumb, shitty coach? He leaves the Bears. I'm saying, like, of course he had elite team when he came into that team. So I'm saying to your point, but what I'm bringing up is that he goes to the Saints and trades their entire draft picks, one entire draft,
and Ricky Williams first.
And next year's first. Oh,
yeah,
and second. So 1 through 7, and then 1 and 2.
Worst thing of all time.
I'm saying that would be why he's more of a shitty, horrible coach than him winning for the Bears. But either way,
the reason that Buddy Ryan left,
he's not a Hall of Fame coach.
He couldn't deal with Ditka, and the thing is,
I know
who was more important to that team. It was Buddy Ryan than Ditka. That's all I'm saying. Ditka was a good face, but dude,
so it's funny because you say that, but it's Rob. What, like, Clearly, what you don't understand is you talk to offense, they say it was Ditka. You talk to defense, they say it was Buddy Ryan. And it was a civil war. There was no middle.
Right.
So I'm just saying,
they
like,
won because of the defense. They won because of defense, right? Best defense of all time. Like they wouldn't. Their offense was fine. It was
I understand,
top
but that
16.
offense wasn't a schlup.
No, but also you got a lot of good fields. You know, I'm just saying. Come on, man. Like I hate.
You're just a
I don't
hater.
like him.
You're just a hater.
Dude, he's just I don't hate him. The fact that you still
Yes,
see
he's
people at Bears games
overrated. That's all you had to
dressed
say.
up,
You
like,
said he sucks and blah blah blah. He's definitely overrated. I'll give you that.
Okay, well, because of the Ricky Williams thing makes in my mind. I know that wasn't
Yes.
Bears related.
Well,
that's
and
actually
again,
not
you
coaching
didn't bring
related,
that up.
GM
That's why I
related.
brought that up because that's a definite
Yeah.
reason.
I
why
was going
thought,
to. I was going to. I have
Okay.
a Ricky Williams jersey hanging up right here.
Yeah,
I love Ricky
baby.
Williams. Even if that was to draft Adrian Peterson, that's a bad trade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it wasn't Adrian Peterson is the point. It was a possibility.
Unless it was straight for Walter Payton. That's it. And even Walter Payton wouldn't be worth that.
No. And also, the thing is, it was a perfect time where like it was right before we started. It was right when we were realizing that running backs are not as valuable.
Correct.
And that's what made it worse. He had the old school mentality. Again, dinosaur. That's not. He's not progressive coach. And that's pretty gross, bro. Is it time to have backups from now on? If you're making the playoffs, 2 quarterbacks, at least 1 or 2 handcuffs. No, all handcuffs. That's what are you eating there, Ray?
Tacos.
Tacos again. Let's go. Is it time to have backups, Sven? It's time to get all the high upside running back handcuffs because your roster's fine. If you want to do a backup quarterback, let's say you have someone like Lamar who's already had his bye or Josh Allen. I'm not really for that. I'd rather have the Tyler Algier, Blake Corum, those kind of guys because they will crack your lineup. And there's going to be someone in the wire. Like you're going to have another quarterback available. I'm not going to stash Tua if I have Josh Allen. I'd rather stash Blake Corum, like for sure. You
So,
agree?
like for instance, for me, my teams, like in my 4 teams, I have like first off, in 3 of my 4 teams, I'm making the playoffs at this rate. I have all like my backup quarterbacks. My starting quarterbacks in those leagues are. Well, our league is one thing that's a super flex. So I'm not even bother going into that. But with single starting quarterbacks, I have Stafford and Josh Allen, and then I have Daniel Jones backing them up for both of that. I'm keeping Daniel Jones just based on the fact if one of those two get hurt, because my teams are in the playoff or just championship contention at this point. I need a guy that if my starter goes down, I need somebody that I can rely on to make sure that they can at least give me 70% of what my starter was giving me. So that's the only reason when I'm sticking with 2 quarterbacks. But if you're in the battle for the middle, like you're in the playoff hunt, there's no reason to do that unless your quarterback is a Josh Allen. I'm saying he already has bye, but if he didn't have his bye, somebody who's an elite like that would be the only thing I would talk about. Him keeping 2, but otherwise, like no, like. Unless, like you said, for me, Rob, I know, Robbie, I don't think you're like that as much. I'm just like, I want a security blanket to make sure that I'm not just picking up.
But Daniel Jones is not Tua. The point is Daniel Jones is not on. He's talking about like who I can build my bench. And I'm guessing you guys you don't already have.
Yeah, right.
Picking up waiver wire shit because I can get waiver wire shit later. I want to get ahead of the Blake Corum and Isaiah Davis and some of these handcuffs.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'm on board of that all day. One injury, those guys are winners for you.
This is why I will say I do appreciate Ditka because all the SNL shit with Chris Farley. Category 5 Hurricane versus Ditka. I'll take Ditka. All that kind of stuff I like. I just don't. The thing is, a lot of Bears fans, a lot of football fans, let's be honest, right, just don't know what they're talking about. The people that paint their faces and go to games that are season ticket holders, bro, they don't know ball. I have people coming here saying, I don't know ball. I get they're loyal. They love the team. They don't know football. They don't know the players, and they have no idea how to evaluate a coach. And they just think he's God, like just because he's their coach. I'm not for ignorance, is all I'm saying. And that was the Ditka thing. And the super fans were like that, but they were also, it was a parody, right? It was a joke.
But Rob, real quick though, can we actually just get to the real? Like I get what you're saying, and everybody, he's not wrong on his take with this, but Rob's not really getting to the real nuts and bolts as to why Chicago fans are adoring Ditka from the day he put on a jersey to the day he dies, because he was a player. He was a Hall of Fame tight end.
Great player. Great player. I get that.
No,
He's a
I'm
bear
not
for
saying
life.
Rob. I'm saying he
Like
wasn't
Ron
just like
Santo.
he wasn't just like a Nathan Vasher cornerback who became head coach.
No, I get it.
So
No,
he was
it's
a
Ron
Hall of
Santo,
Fame.
right? Ron Santo. I
Correct.
love Ron Santo, the player. I like him as a man. He was a great player. Terrible broadcaster, though. Terrible.
Hey,
Entertaining, but
Hey, you might
bad.
need to that.
Harry Carey. Okay, now I actually kind of like Ron Santo because Pat Hughes is so good that they complement each other.
Yeah, Pat
right?
Hughes is
Like
fucking
but
legend.
Harry Carey. How bad was that? At the end, Harry Carey just
First off, you could again shut your damn mouth. Okay, he wasn't great until he about the 5th or 6th inning when he hit about fucking 12 Budweiser heavies. Then he really started getting into the old.
I
It
do
was great.
appreciate him. But it was just,
You
it
know,
was
you
just
know what?
bad.
You know what
It was
really should have
bad.
happened, Rob, is that there should have been a time when they got Hawk Harrelson and Harry Carey together and just let them Hawk Harrelson drink his Smirnoff and Sprites and Smirnoff and sodas, and then and Harry Carey drink his Bud Heavies, and let the two old white men just get drunk as fuck together and just start rambling on about God knows what. And they get cut off and banned from TV immediately when they get into God knows what.
That sounds way better than Manning Cast. Do you like the
100%,
Manning
dude.
Cast, by the way?
You know what? I never really watched it. I turned it on today, and I was just like, these two are lucky as hell because they're dog shit at it, and they just make hundreds of thousands of dollars doing it.
Love 'em.
Literally,
Love 'em.
they're in their basements watching their 80 fucking 100 fucking inch TV, and they're just like sitting there like we're doing. If literally everybody, this would be. Would you guys love for me and Rob to do this for Monday Night Football? We won't, but it's like that's exactly what this would be. We'd be watching our TV and be like, oh, and Jalen Hurts just took a dump on that. Oh, and yeah, Jordan Love. Wow, that was a terrible throw on that one. Like, and then, but the good thing for them is they have their experience, so they bring up good stories.
Yeah,
but
they definitely know ball. Jolly Pop, AJ Brown, 3.3 points. Hurts looks at him and just smiles. Yeah, don't throw the ball his way. And also, he's not open, so it's a bad combo. Nick says, I'm a Panthers fan and have Steve Smith in my top 5. Had Jake Delhomme his whole career and still became a Hall of Famer. And that nice run he had with the Ravens was awesome. He's on the top 5.
So
top 15, top 12.
I would argue top 10 for him, to be honest. I wouldn't say top
He was a
5.
dog.
I'm saying I love Steve Smith. And you know what, Nico? Because we are Bears fans, and I'm a diehard Bears fan. I'll never forget when the Panthers beat the living shit out of, or it wasn't a beating, but Steve Smith put a beating on the Bears that game, and I'll never forget that game. So that honestly, beyond many things, and beyond, I know also he's a dog. Like he's a top 10 for me for sure. I love Steve
now that's
Smith,
a true dog for sure. Jason says it's fucking 39 degrees right now in Florida. Holy shit, it's about the same temperature here. How do we do it? Because we get awesome. You guys don't get the seasons. We get the spring and fall, which is amazing in Illinois. And now I will say this: people up in the northern part of Canada, I don't know how they do it because they get like 8 months of this shit. I can't do that. I'll take 3 months of cold. I don't give a shit. Get to watch football, watch movies, cuddle up with my doggies.
3 months of cold. What the fuck? I mean, for him, for Jason wise, it's cold from October through May at this point.
No,
He wouldn't want to. He wouldn't want to
4
come to
months,
visit
4 months.
Chicago from October to May. Are you kidding?
Yeah, well, he's a snowbird.
I'm saying no. That's my point. I'm saying somebody from like him who lives he wouldn't want to cut. Jason, if you ever come to here, which you should, if you've never been to Chicago, please visit, but don't come unless it's I would say be real nice here. At this point, it's going to be July through September.
Jason,
September's been pretty nice.
Just come and hang out with me. I'll keep you warm, buddy. Who are you guys taking, T.O. or Moss? It's Moss. T.O.'s up there, though. It's Moss, right?
So it's funny because those two are in my top 5, but Moss is my number 1. Or no, Jerry Rice is my number 1. Moss is my number 2.
You guys just got to get used to the heat. GT's from South Texas, so anything under 40. Here's the thing is, I think what's crazier than that is people that live in Phoenix because Florida doesn't get as hot. Phoenix is 115 for like 7 months of the year. That's crazy to me.
I didn't realize that like people change. Well, I didn't realize that because I have family who live. My cousin lives in Arizona. I didn't realize that like when we live inside for the winter, like you said, for 3 months, it's like very unbearable outside to be outside for 3 months. It's unbearable for them for about 3 to 4 months because of the heat. And I'm like, oh, so while we have the heat on here and we're being warmed, you have the AC blasting. And so that's why you're inside doing video games, playing board games, doing whatever, because it's too damn hot out to go outside. while we are doing all the same things, watching movies, TV, video games, podcasts, whatever, because it's too damn cold to go out. Okay, got it.
The only nice thing is like the cold you get no relief from in the really hot stuff there. The night times, 88 degrees is what it gets down to. 88 at night in the desert does feel nice. So they actually get relief from it. Like they can party at night. Like when it's 20 degrees
at night,
or
we're getting the
degrees
negative.
There's no relief, right? Yeah, there's no relief. The day is cold. It sucks. Here we go. Does Chris Rodriguez keep getting scores? 14-team league is getting thin. He's hurt right now, though, all grown up. So we got to see what the injury is. But he seemed to have kind of taken the majority sharehold there over JCM because JCM's just not great. So we got to check on that injury, man. Traded everything for the running back to the Saints, who was a bust. Everything for the running back to the Saints. Yeah, Ricky Williams. Now, Ricky Williams was a bust. He was actually good for Miami. He was just a bust for the Saints. It doesn't matter how good or bad he was.
It was a bust for the Saints either, though. Just what they traded for he was.
Yeah, the expectations were way too high.
Correct.
He would have had to have
if he was drafted if he was drafted first overall or whatever pick it was let's say fifth overall, and no other picks, he just drafted fifth overall. He would have had a fine career. Nobody would have said a damn thing. But
100%.
what you said,
Jonathan, that game was tough to watch. I think Monday Night Football thought it was a Thursday night game because, it was, like I said, this was no better than the game we watched on Thursday. We knew that game was going to suck. We knew Denver and fucking Vegas was going to suck. This was actually worse because, like you said, the expectations for this game was so high, and we got a clunker, bro.
I'm saying Thursday night games haven't been that bad, though. Like overall, like when we were like for years they were. The NFL realized they need to switch things up. That's why they're all divisional games. So unless it's like it was this week, one terrible divisional team against another, you get a dumb game. But lately they haven't been too bad.
Hold on, Bears fan, I'll answer your question. We're only 11 minutes behind. I got to get to everyone's question. Also, super chat's there. So if you have no time, you donate a little bit. I'll answer your question though. I would not trade Bijan for Josh Jacobs. I'm not selling low on Bijan. Josh Jacobs is awesome. He's still a little nicked up. What are you doing? What do you got, Ray? You doing that or no? You trading Bijan for Josh Jacobs?
No.
I'm keeping Bijan. I'm not selling low.
Yeah,
I love Josh
definitely
Jacobs.
keeping Bijan.
I guess I'll say this. If it's a standard league with no PPR, I guess I'd do it. At half PPR, I still want Bijan. At full PPR, I definitely want Bijan, baby. He gets 6 catches in half the games he plays. So, you agree? It's standard, I would probably do it. Josh Jacobs scores a touchdown every game. Bijan doesn't score touchdowns.
Right.
But
no,
who plays standard?
Right.
I don't cater to Bears fan. We don't cater to anyone. The only ones I really cater to are the people in the Patreon and the people that are giving me super chats. I will give their questions. The super chats get read first because they come up on my screen. And if you're going to pay me, I'm going to fucking answer them right away. That's just fair as fair, bro. I'm also not just going to go and pick someone's comment that has no time. Everyone wants their question answered. And I get to every question. I don't log off here until every question's answered. Also, the chat will help you out. So there you go. Just please don't be so needy. Even ever tried barbells, protein bars? I don't really have protein bars. I do you, Ray?
I have not tried those. No, I don't mind protein bars. I haven't tried those.
Jason says, not even Taco Tuesday, Ray. What are you doing? Because you were eating. Technically it is Tuesday. Right now it's Tuesday in here, right?
Joke's on you, tough guy.
Better handcuff, Blake or Tyler? Blake Corum or Tyler Algier? Ray, give me your answer. We're one away from one more beer, Ray. We're going to do one more beer before we get off.
I would say it's
Hold on, Bears fan. I don't just care about money, bro. If you're taking that for what I'm saying, come on, man. I'm gonna give. You want me to go down and see your comment when I'm on the section here where I'm at and just answer your question? Come on, man. Have some respect, bro. Sorry, Blake Corum or Tyler Algier?
So I would say Blake Corum because he's on the better team, but. Yeah, I guess I would just say that. But I mean, if we're just talking if you need somebody to start in a flex spot or just be a bye week start, then I would say it's Algier because he gets more opportunity.
I'll put it like this: if both starting running backs got hurt right now, as in Bijan Robinson and Kyren Williams, I want Tyler Algier for sure. Now, who's more likely to get hurt? It is it is Kyron Williams, just because we've never seen Bijan get hurt. And with the usage we're seeing from Tyler Algier, he's getting more run than Blake Corum, more likely to stay healthy as Bijan. So I think they're close. Blake Corum's a top 10 running back if he's a starter. Tyler Algier's a top 6 running back.
Well, plus, like, he doesn't look that bad every time they've been giving him the ball. Like,
no, Corum's good. He's
up,
fine.
like,
It's just I'm definitely taking Blake Corum just because maybe he's not as much of a league winner as Tyler Algier would be. He's just more likely to become a league winner because he has a 50% chance probably, or maybe it's not that high, but it's more of a chance to be the starter. We can't predict injuries. I've seen Kyron get hurt before. I've never once ever seen Bijan get hurt. In college, in high school, in the pros, he's never missed a game. Isn't that right?
Nope. Yeah.
He's just one of those guys. You know how it's like Lamar is one of those guys that's small, but he doesn't really get hit. He knows how to fall down. Not the same one-to-one comparison, but Bijan rarely gets crunched. He rarely gets rolled up on. He's so like light on his feet, you know?
Shifty, man. Like, he's
Green
big
Bay
as hell, but he's
overrated.
shifty.
Nick says Randy Moss is the best receiver of all time, though he's above Jerry Rice. I'd say ability-wise, probably above Jerry Rice because he did stuff Jerry Rice couldn't do. But it's really hard to put anyone ahead of Jerry Rice. The numbers,
Nick, I'm sorry,
the longevity.
Bro. Look the numbers up and just leave it at that. He is literally the greatest, honestly, the greatest football player of all time. Like, numbers-wise, nobody's going to sniff his jockstrap ever at this point. Now, longevity goes a long way with Super Bowl. So with not Super Bowl winning but Hall of Fame quarterbacks 2-time. That does go a long way.
He played in a harder era to accrue wide receiver numbers.
That's more where I'm at on it, to be honest. Because like he put up unreal, untouchable numbers, even with Hall of Fame quarterbacks, but in an era where it was running. So,
Pat Surtain Sr. was very, very good. His son is better. His son is a chance to be an all-timer, bro. Sven says, I missed the snow last time I visited Chicago. It was just really windy for me. You know what? We currently, because of, not going to call it like the climate change thing, but like whatever it is, we don't get very much snow here anymore, Ray. It's not like it was when our parents grew up. They were getting like 7, 8 big storms a year. We get like 2 storms. Now it's just recent history, last 5 years, 2 storms of like more than 5 inches. So it's not really that bad. So
no.
I'm wearing jeans and a long sleeve. If it hits 72 or below, brother. Yeah, Bears fan just spamming the chat. Gotta love that. Thanks, dude. Can we hear about your guys' fantasy lineups if you guys want to watch this week? I went 22-3 this week. Really good week for me. Ray, you went 3-1. Is that right?
2-2. So my one league is the auction league, and that league I had a lot of injuries, and I didn't do so hot with my depth. So that league, I'm fighting for the playoffs, but I'm middling with that league. But all my Yahoo, I use NFL.com for that league. But all my Yahoo leagues, the 2 I'm in with you, where you and I are the top 2 teams in those leagues. And then my other league, that's the one I told you I beat Cadarzi in, which I will now be number 1 in. So, oops. 1-1 or 1-2-2.
Trick or Treat says it's called global warming. Actually, global warming is a myth. Climate change, if you believe in that, that's actually maybe factual, like scientifically. Global warming, yes, it is getting warmer, but that's just not the proper term. Not to get too like politically correct for you, but Ray, it's like climate change is more of an accurate, because it's also just happened in the history of the world for fucking 10,000 years or 10 million years or however fucking long we're talking about. We don't want to get into
you don't even want me to get into this conversation. We'll just move it along to the next thing.
Rome, Tyler is more talented, but I'm talking about opportunity to be the starter. It's Blake Corum because Kyron Williams is smaller, more likely to get hurt. So 6 years ago to the day, drove by Soldier Field. Your parkways are fucking terrible.
Yes.
Bro.
Easily.
Chicago is
that's why they're leaving Chicago, dude. It's easily one of the worst places to get in and out of any place in the country for a major stadium. Fucking awful.
Charbonnet doesn't really qualify as a handcuff because he's a playable guy. Neither does Montgomery. So I'm just going to give you the top 2. It's the guys we talked about. It's Corum and it's Algier. I want Corum number 1. Ray Davis wasn't that conversation. We don't even know what the hell's going on there, if he was even going to be the starter. So it's rough, man. It's rough. Eckler's career's over, right? It's gone. It was already over anyway.
He'll still play for another couple of years, but being fantasy relevancy, Oba.
What I noticed was with Lockett was he did not fall to the ground immediately like he was used for Seattle. Lockett looked pretty good, bro. Like he looked terrible for the Titans early in the year, but he actually looked pretty good. Again, not fantasy viable. All it does is take away any potential Jack Besh love, and Dante Thornton just done. And it might take away from Bowers a little bit, maybe, if he's going to get the targets.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't touching him with a 10-foot pole in fantasy, but yeah, I'm glad he's still sticking around.
I would sell high on Woody Marks if you can. I don't know what that means, but I want to know what lineups you had, who you sat and started. I mean, it's a long list. All my spot starts, I started Parker Washington in like 9 leagues. He scored 18 points as like my, like his in bye week situations. Who do I have a lot of that crushed? Drake London, I have a lot of. I'm trying to think. They're all different teams, obviously. I started Jameson Williams in every league I had him in. Seahawks defense is in a lot of my leagues. Man, I don't even know how I did it. I started the Jets defense, and so my team defense is killed. I had the Jets defense in like 7 leagues. Ibuka in a lot of spots. Chris Olave in a lot of spots.
I got JSN in 2 leagues, so
I have Jonathan Taylor in all my home leagues. So I don't know. Those are just a couple guys. Again, it's just my lineups all clicked. I had a couple easy matchups. Scored 200 points in a few. So will Gibbs outscore Bijan for the 2nd straight year? Maybe I don't know. But going forward,
too. What do you know?
Going forward, you did. Going forward, you want Bijan or Gibbs, man? I'm still taking Bijan.
I would say Bijan because Monty's a bigger thorn in the side of him than Monty is. Or Monty's a bigger thorn inside of Gibbs than Algier.
Agreed. Sven, yeah, I don't play free. I mean, I can't play free leagues when I have this many leagues. They're all 250s. Some of the home leagues are 150, and I have one $500 league. I am 9-1 in my $500 league, though I've just lost Garrett Wilson, Scatabo, and Tucker Kraft in that in 3 weeks in a row. So that hurts, but I have a really good squad. I have Ibuka, JSN, and it's similar to your team in balls deep, right? Like my receivers in a full PPR.
Yeah,
fucking carrying my ass, dude. Who's my other one? It's not AJ Brown. It's Ibuka, JSN, and CeeDee Lamb. That's my in a 12-man. Those are my 3 receivers. I have Breece Hall, Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, I guess I'd rather CeeDee Lamb than St. Brown, but that's pretty close. It's not by much. I actually St. Brown, I guess, but not by either way. That's a coin flip for either one of those. So we have the same basically.
Leaving Chicago, where to? I don't know what that means.
Oh, it looks like our friend left the chat finally.
Yeah, I think that might be our buddy that we don't speak of that has creates burner accounts because he's making it personal.
Are you kidding?
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, we already know.
That's awesome. That's good for you, buddy. Yeah, I don't want to get in the story. We have a buddy who's just having issues with mostly me for the dumbest things ever, political reasons, even though I hate politics. And he's coming out here spamming the chat and trying to ruin our time, which is, good. He's got a lot of life. He's got a big life going on there. Sean Tucker, good enough to take over the starting role in Tampa. I don't think take over the starting role, but I think he's going to earn a 50-50 split.
I was going to say, but he would be the first down and goal line back.
Yeah, Rashad White's a better all-around back, but Rashad White is not a power back, and Sean Tucker is a pretty good early down banger. And why would they, if there's going to be no Bucky Irving, if they shut him down or something, or shut him down for 3 more weeks, you got to preserve Rashad White a little bit because he's their best chance to win. And Sean Tucker is a fine early down back. He's fine.
Oh yeah.
I think week 12 comeback for Benson's what we said. I think week 13 at the absolute latest, which would suck. At least that gives him 2 weeks to get ready for the fantasy playoffs, which is all I care about because I have him in like 12 leagues. And I just want him to get right and get some work under his belt here. Trey Tucker playable versus Dallas. I would say because it's Dallas, he's playable. It's playable because it's Dallas, and Dallas can't stop anyone. Look what Marvin Harrison did to him. Look what every team has done to him when they play. It's just a mess, right? They can't guard anyone.
No.
I'm not touching Lockett.
Don't be shocked that like if he gives you 2 or 3 points though. So again, like
I'm not touching Lockett. So
no. We're talking when we were talking to Lockett earlier. We were just talking real life. At least I was. I wasn't talking fantasy. He ain't playable fantasy wise right now.
I got wrong. Jalen Hurts carries tonight over 7.5 for my bets. Lost that one. And Cortland Sutton on Thursday over 53 yards. Other than that, it was 7-0. So I did get those things wrong. In fantasy, a couple kicker starts were not great. I did start Cam Little in a lot of leagues, but he should have had more points. Should I be worried about Bijan from Devious? Obviously not worried to the point of benching him, but this Algier usage is very frustrating. It's not that it's like you said, it's not the Montgomery situation, but it's the high. He's getting the high value looks. Bijan will be just fine. They didn't use him in the receiving game, which is the biggest issue. Who cares about touchdowns when he's getting 7 receptions and 140 total yards? But he'll be just fine. I am not worried about him at all. Are you? I said the same thing last week. Everyone was worried about Gibbs. I was like, don't worry about Gibbs. Put one of my bets on Gibbs. He smashed it. Gibbs, and they're fine. It wasn't supposed to be this up and down with Bijan though, right? Right. It wasn't supposed to be this up and down, and it has been a little up and down.
No, no, it's definitely frustrating, but I'm not worried about him, dude. The guy's talented as hell. They know where they drafted him. They're gonna use him. I'm just letting you know my phone's at 5%, so I can still probably just hop on my computer and hope it'll work fine. But
no, we're almost winding down. We'll do the chug for him if we don't get one more anyway, because we're why the hell not? We need one more.
Well, we might as well do it now. I'm now at 4%, so might as well just.
Thoughts on Grand Theft Auto 6, right?
Well, Jay Moore, I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I just laughed today when I saw this because so Rob, if you don't know, it was supposed to come out this fall originally, fall of 25. Then they delayed it to May of 26, and now it's delayed to November of next year. And so I'm just saying I was laughing. This I don't really believe, but I did laugh at because when they posted that it got delayed, people started commenting, it's just a myth. It's not real. The game's just it's a fictional idea that's just to keep people going. But in reality, but so Rob, what I saw though, I did see a video and it basically said that they're delaying it because they're trying to make the game so immersively crazy real that every single random player you come across will just be a random, like it'll have their own AI. They'll remember everything you do, the conversations. You can go in all different buildings, blow buildings up. Like I don't know. That's why I also think it might be a myth.
Jason says
2%.
Big Ray 5%. Got to do it for the meat sweats. Here we go.
2% now. So.
All right, Ray. Say bye to the people. I'll finish the last couple questions off. Love you, man. We'll see you.
Yeah.
Maybe come on late tomorrow. Ben's coming on for the early part. Come on late tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds good, dude.
11:30 or something. 11.
All right.
Love
Later,
you, buddy.
boys.
Appreciate
Bye.
you. What a guy. Jonathan, I sold high with Taz, packaged Tet, and Kyle Monungai for Pickens. I love that. Bench players love that. Cheerio says, how do you have that in a 12-man? It wasn't trades either because there's no trades in Fantrax. I took I had the 5th pick, so I took CD in the 5th overall. I took Josh Jacobs in the 2nd. I took JSN in the 3rd. He was a 3rd-round pick in most leagues. And Ibuka was like a 6th or 7th-round pick, so that's not hard to believe. I mean, I can actually go back and look exactly. That's exactly what it is. But here, draft results. It's not pulling up for me though. Here we go. Yeah, 5th pick. Lamb, Jacobs, JSN, Hurts in the 4th, Breece Hall in the 5th, Ibuka the 6th, Pierce Hall in the 7th, Tucker Kraft in the 8th, Javonte Williams in the 9th, Braylon Allen in the 10th, Ray Davis, Brian Robinson Jr., Blake Corum, Wando Robinson. Yeah, that's a stacked ass roster though. I got Tucker Kraft, Javonte Williams, and Ibuka in late round picks. Yeah, Ibuka was going pretty late. I mean, that's right. Tucker wears the 44 tarp. Reminds me of Bradshaw with the Giants in 2011. Damn straight. You're right. What time do we stream on? Do you stream on Sunday? Every Sunday, anytime there's a primetime game, it's 10:45 Central. So the game gets over at 10:30 Central. Sunday night, Thursday night, and Monday night is 10:45. Other than that, usually it's 10 o'clock streams. Patreon joiner, I do make YouTube videos. I've had 5 years of this. The live streams is just way more immersive and good to connect with people. So I have 500 videos on my YouTube channel. So check that out if you want to. Hampton was seen practicing on the sidelines. Still gonna be a couple weeks, but I think it's a buy low. Yeah, Joe Burrow's been practicing too. Trone, that seems apparent. Devontae Smith is the wide receiver 1 there. Hampton should be fine by week 14. We want him to come back for 1 week before you can trust starting him, though. You'll make it, dude. 5-5. Keep the faith, Cheerio. Keep the faith. Good call. McLaurin was seen breathing. That's he hasn't done much this year, but question on who to start at wide receiver 2 and flex. London wide receiver 1, Devonta Smith, Marvin Harrison, Judkins. So I'm starting Marvin Harrison, and then I'm starting Judkins. I might bench Devontae. I think it's going to be a AJ Brown week one of these weeks. So I dropped Pearsall in a league. I have him in a couple others. I did drop him in not the $500 league, but I have dropped him in a few spots. I just don't know what to expect when he comes back. I'm sick of waiting around. I reached for McBride, Abuka, Tyler Warren, Scat, Judkins. It was so nice. All rookie squad. Dude, they've been hitting, actually. They have been hitting. Bijan's definitely a buy low, bro. All right, those of you in here that are not in the Discord, go in there. Get in the Patreon. Get in the Discord. If you like this content, if you like the guest, if you like the chat, if you like the community, Rome, you got to get in there, bro. Everyone tell Rome he needs to get in there. What are you trading for Bijan right now? I don't know. I would trade Josh Jacobs in a full PPR for Bijan. You're not going to be able to get him for nothing. He has been, but his MO career-wise, DVS has been inconsistent, and AJ Brown is still there. Dallas Goedert's still there. They're going to run the ball. I don't know. I like Marvin Harrison with he's getting 10, 12 targets. Sven, I mean, it's literally the ultimate fantasy football chat. And you also get a lot more if you want to upgrade your package too. There's a lot more than just the Discord. You want to play fantasy leagues with us? You want access to my bets, early bets. I release all my bets on YouTube videos, but those are like a couple hours before the game. I make the bets 4 days in advance, 3 days in advance. So if you want access to the lines I get that are winning, the line, like Zay Flowers, I bet at 62.5. It went up to 71 by game time when you got the video. But I will say this, that still hit. But if you do that enough, you will lose bets that I win, which is going to hurt your value. So if you want access to that, if not, it's not a big deal, bros. But it's definitely recommended. And Ray is back in here for a second. He can't even stay away, can he?
I believe in Joe Hendry. I mean, how can I keep away?
Yeah, well, I'm like literally logging off. So you just want to say hi and bye?
Hi, bye. I'll see you boys tomorrow night.
Later.
Later.
What a dude. That is a Ray move. Awesome. What a guy. Jason, thank you for all the donations. And just the thing is, Jason is a professional fanatic. He is in the highest tier. He comes on the show. If you want to be a guest on the show, he's fucking Jason. Love you, bro. Appreciate you. Like I said, if you want to check that out in the description or just Patreon, Professional Fanatics, way to help the show out. And I'm doing this fucking 7 goddamn nights a week, 3 hours. This is about a 3-hour stream. Nothing unusual there. And next year, the fantasy takes. And, we're going to make a lot of money for you guys. That's what we've been doing. Unfortunately, a lot of you guys missed out on the pre fantasy football season, which is where all takes are, the Chris Olave takes and the Javonte Williams takes, all those things. But we're going to have just as many good ones next year because we do this every year and we crush. So if you want to get in now, do it because it's a time to get in. And if you wait, you snooze, you lose, guys. And I know who the real OGs are. Appreciate you, Mark, my guy, Jonathan. Thank you. We love you all. That is it for me. Tomorrow night, it'll be 10 p.m. Central. That is the waiver show with more of the same here with questions. The Chaz is joining me. No, actually, Chaz is Wednesday. Tomorrow is Ben, tech guy Ben, and then we're going to have Ray come on for the second half of that show. Wednesday is Chaz. Thursday, Story makes his appearance. He was at the game tonight. He'll be back in town for that show on Thursday, and then we'll get to the weekend, and we're going to keep rolling. Thank you, guys. Love your life. Stay positive. Respect each other. I'm out of here.